Welcome everyone to another episode of Professional Bookworms. I'm Siddharth, Truthtless of Shinovar.
I'm Rishikesh. I'm a bondsmith.
Wow.
I'm Ishan, and I am a Muda connoisseur.
Okay.
And wrong franchise, Ishan, wrong franchise, god damn it.
True,
And
actually.
and today we are doing a very spoilery review of the latest book in the Stormlight Archive, Wind and Truth, which it has had a very mixed reception so far. I think we all really liked it. It's my second favorite Stormlight book. It's Rishikesh's favorite. Ishan is also his second favorite.
Yeah, it's actually good. Like,
It's actually really good. I get a lot of the criticisms, but they're also all wrong because I decided. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah. So I guess what we're gonna do this is we're gonna first get into characters, then we're going to talk about plot, then we're going to talk about world building. Also, most of this we will not have any spoilers for the overall Cosmere, except there will be a section at the end of world building where we just go into full Cosmere spoilery dots.
Fair,
So
fair.
if you haven't
Okay.
read anything except Stormlight in the Cosmere, you're safe. But at a certain point, you will be dying. Be warned. Yeah.
Yeah.
So from there, I guess we should start with one of your thoughts. Who wants to start? Rishikesh, what are your thoughts on the book overall?
Okay, so this book, it had a lot of hype, mainly because I had to wait for so long. And the ending of the previous book set like a really, really, uh, what do you
I
say?
Long
It,
time
it was
setting
a,
the action thing up.
yeah, yeah,
Big
yeah.
setup for
The
the
epilogue of book four had so many things happening, and that was kind of scary. So there was a lot of hype for this book, and I would say it lived up to the hype, except the ending. And the ending, it set stage for arc two. I think that's mainly what I think. But like overall,
I
it was the best book.
I think it lived up to the hype along with the ending. I love the ending.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love the ending a
yeah, yeah,
lot. It's to
I'm.
me it is the
yeah.
perfect ending because it's
I
not
don't know.
supposed to be the ending to the series. It's just supposed to be like setting up the second arc and concluding a lot of character arcs. And I think it did that really well. That's what I expected going into the book, and
Oh yeah.
that's what I liked. Because
True.
when I go into Stormlight, I don't go for the prose. I don't go for the prose. I don't go for really the writing. I go in for the character arcs, the world and the
Oh,
plot.
yeah.
And with in this book, we got that in spades, and
True.
that's what I really liked about it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Ishan, what about you?
Mm.
Oh, by the way, wait,
My
this is the
thought.
first
Okay.
video with all three of us because we've had videos with just Ishan, we've had videos with just Rishikesh. I can't believe we haven't had all three because this is like the Cosmere
Oh
Club.
yeah.
So,
Like the
Yo,
only
yeah.
video that
That's
I've been
true.
on is Sid. So yeah, true. Okay, so like my thoughts on the book,
yeah.
like they
So,
changed a lot. Like at the beginning, I wasn't sure about it. Like the ending
yeah.
was good. I wouldn't say it's like the best Stormlight ending, but it was like, yeah. Actually, yeah. It's just
I
like
think in terms
good.
of endings, it's the third best Stormlight ending.
I don't know. I like Rhythm of War. It was a good ending.
That's true, but I think it slightly edges on
Yeah,
Rhythm of War
yeah.
because,
I
like,
think the best ending
for
was Rhythm of War, and then
oh, I
uh,
thought for you it would be
Way of
Oathbringer.
Kings. No, actually, Way of Kings ending was better than.
Yeah,
True.
Okay,
Okay,
actually, Way
some
of
people
Kings is like,
rank Way of Kings and Oathbringer. They're like kind of
my
they're similar for me, honestly.
I think the best
my
ending for me was Way of Kings.
yeah, mine too. Then after that, it's Oathbringer. And then after that, it's Wind
Yes.
and Truth. I think Wind and Truth, the
Uh,
ending was brilliant, but
I
we'll
don't
get
know.
into
Mm.
that.
I don't know about the ending. And then the rest of the
I,
book, the day format really worked well because it was just paced very well. And it was
Yeah,
such a
yeah,
long book. It's just real small.
It might have been the fastest Stormlight book, which is surprising just because of how big it is.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
the longest and the fastest somehow. It
true.
seems.
It's like
That is
it's happening. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
so weird. But then again, with Wheel of Time, the longer ones tend to be faster.
Actually, yeah, that's true. Like, there's more like time skips in the
Like
short
one of
We,
the
ones.
yeah, Wheel of Time.
one. Oh yeah, you stopped at like book six, and now it's just like you're waiting. Um, no
Yeah,
fair,
yeah,
honestly. Book six is
Mhm.
yeah.
the beginning and middle of book six are like fine. Ending of book six is absolutely amazing, but other than that,
Wrong
Yeah,
theory.
I forgot which book I was on.
you're
Book
on book
seven,
six. I
beginning.
remember. No,
No,
he
book
Book
he
seven.
six.
he didn't
Yeah,
finish book six. He didn't finish book six.
Oh,
He didn't.
cool. Okay.
Okay,
Wrong
because
series, by
he
the way.
hasn't. Wrong series. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So,
That's fine.
uh, but yeah, I really love the book. I think the weakest part of the book by far were the first 2 days, because I think the writing
Yeah.
especially and the characterization in those first 2 days was pretty weak. That is where the flaws of the book are most apparent. Because if
Yeah.
you take, it's like
Mm.
um, there. There's a lot of complaints about this book regarding the prose, and for some points I agree, for some points I don't. Like the modern language I kind of get, but it doesn't bother me all too much. The only point on the prose, the only two major complaints I have about the book are like all the over explaining, because I think there's too many points at which they'll just stop and they'll explain what they're feeling, and
oh yeah,
that is kind
Yeah,
of a big
actually, though, yeah.
drawback to the book. That is a and
Especially
my
Calvin,
other
I think,
main
faces that.
I think Shalan had a lot of those. Kaladin, I think in the first 2 days there was a lot. The rest of the book there was some of it, but it was less. Shalan, she just randomly starts thinking about her mental health, if I can
yeah,
remember
yeah.
correctly.
Shalan was like revising like her entire plot every time she had a chapter.
And also,
Yeah,
It was kind of
Shalon's
exactly.
time.
slow.
Yeah. Also, Shalon's
Yeah,
time is way less than 10 days. It's almost like an entire, only 1 day. So, like, her saying it like every hour is like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
she's just like, oh shit, I'm about to die. But wait, let me just stop and think about my mental health. But that's
yeah.
basically her whole plotline. And okay, but my other main drawback is actually how the mental health aspects were handled in this book. I think in book 1 to 4 it was handled really well in terms of like the subtlety of it. It's like it was handled really well with these moments of like how how it's overcome, how like
how it's portrayed.
it's, yeah, exactly, and it's not exact. I think it's portrayed well in this book, but the over explaining is really like quite the only
Yeah,
time
no,
it.
I'm pretty sure Brandon wanted to like make sure that the characters realized they had problems and they like overcame it. Like,
And
But
I
there
think
were
that's like
problems in the they had problems in the previous books and they knew it too,
yeah,
so
yeah, like self-realization, I guess.
that was
and also I think that's
always
like one of
there,
the
I
parts
think.
where like it being 10 days kind of falters because like him trying to fix Zed's mental issues in 10 days kind of feels rushed in a way.
But for me,
Oh,
it felt longer than 10 days because it's such a long book. So for some reason, for me, since there's so many cuts between characters, like it's all like I don't after like day 2, I don't think there's a single chapter where it's just one point of view. So like all that cutting,
Yeah,
how
true.
long the book is, the the time span of the book does not feel like 10 days to me. So for me,
yeah.
that criticism is a lot less.
Also, like
Same here.
mainly due to the Dalinar chapters, like each most of the Dalinar parts are like way more than like a day, even if it's less than a
Yeah.
day. Like, due to the spiritual realm and it,
Oh yeah, no, true.
yeah.
Well, I mean, day 3 was just completely skipped over by Dalinar.
Okay. Yeah,
Because you
fair.
spend the entire day in the spiritual room,
But
yeah.
still, there were so many visions Dalinar went through. I feel like he had so much time in this entire book. And yeah,
Oh
even
yeah,
Shalan.
no,
So
that's a
two
thing I
of the three
pointed
main
out in like our
characters,
cosmic.
yeah, two of the three main characters were in the spiritual realm and they had a lot of time there. So I guess that's why it feels longer.
I guess, but
Mm.
that's not really it. I think it's more the pacing of the book because it feels a lot longer than 10 days for me. But that's not really my point. That's one thing. We'll get into that with characters, I think, soon. right now we're still in the general thoughts part of the thing. Then
Mhm.
after that, with the rest of the book, there's also um, what do you call it? Uh, I think that's my two major criticisms. With prose, there are some specific points at which. Okay, wait, what you said, yeah, there's a lot of Dalinar in this book. I really love Dalinar in this book, but we'll get into that later. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Dalinar, one thing I've already said this to Ishan, like the Cosmere tier list video. It's like all the odd numbered books have a lot of Dalinar, and then all the even numbered books have less.
Like zero.
Yeah,
Like
Oh
one,
yeah.
three,
book
five.
two had
Yeah,
none.
one.
Oh yeah. That's
No, book
so
one.
true. What?
Book one has has a big Dalinar subplot. Book two
Mostly
has none.
Dalinar.
Book three, it's literally just Dalinar's book. Book four,
Yeah.
that ain't shit. Book
Yeah,
five,
part two and part three
big
don't have
Dalinar
Dalinar.
subplot. Huh?
I mean, I guess we won't have Dalinar in part seven though. Book seven. So.
Uh, no, no. See, that's because it's arc two, and that's an even numbered arc.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's
arc
The
already
three is
second
Storm
one.
like
it's
he's gonna
already
be there. He's gonna be there.
it's
Bro,
it's. But
no,
wait,
arc
no. There'll
three
be the
is
black.
Dalinar's book.
No, wait. There's gonna be the Blackthorn.
Oh yeah.
Is he actually gonna be there though? Because like didn't Tarvanjim like not be wasn't able to get his like spiritual
No, but
like
he got the Dalinar part of it, right? I mean, no, he got the Blackthorn part of
Blackthorn.
Dalinar.
Yeah,
oh,
I think so. I think
so
that's
he'll
it. Yeah.
use that.
Yeah, probably.
Yo, so it's not actually Dalinar, it's the Blackthorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
him in his prime with all of his like battle experience and everything.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm really excited to see what they do with the Blackthorn. Because like I think it
Oh
can be
yeah.
either. I think it's either gonna be like really good or really bad. How it's handled, because it can go either way.
Oh, I
I'm
think
still
it's
like
gonna be Gavinor versus Blackthorn.
Yeah.
And
or
like
Adlin
Gavinor
or
But
or
then
Adlin
oh
Gal
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fair.
or Gavin or Adlin and Renarin. That's gonna be book seven.
yo,
No,
what
I don't think
Paladin be
Renarin's gonna
Blackthorn?
be there.
No,
Paladin
Renarin,
be
he's
Blackthorn?
literally book seven's main character.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't think there's that much left to say to Dalinar, you know? Like I feel him and
Yeah.
Dalinar have already like finished all that shit.
Yeah,
Oh
because
man,
book five is gonna be
that
like Adolin and Dalinar, right?
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. Definitely.
But there could be
Uh,
some unresolved, like, especially since we don't know what
Yeah,
Adolin,
yeah.
Renarin's backstory is.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think, okay, let's change some topics a little bit here. I think we should address some of our criticisms of the book before we get into the later stuff, because I think most of the review will just be us gushing about the book nonstop. Because again, we really loved it. But
Yeah.
It was
but
a good
first,
one.
let's just get into some of the criticisms.
Fair, fair.
Mm.
So, so the most
It's
major
good.
criticism I see everywhere on the internet right now is prose, and I agree with some parts. I already talked about the over explaining. That is my only real major criticism. Other than that, in terms of prose, I think it's there are, like, day one, day two, there are a lot of sentences where the wording is a bit sloppier than in previous Stormlight books. Other than that, I actually think it's pretty good. With Sanderson, I think his prose is a very special case. It's not like great all throughout, it's mostly good, but there are those specific moments where the prose just becomes heightened and it's actually really beautiful
Yeah.
at specific points. Um,
That's
and I
fair.
think I think that's the same for this
Yeah.
book. Like,
I don't know about
you
this
take
book.
this.
Maybe like the previous books, but this book I didn't see it as much of those points.
I mean, there was the Kaladin Sil dance. That is my main, you
Oh
know.
yeah, yeah. That one
That
scene
was
had like that was beautiful. That was
that
actually
was
beautiful.
that was really well written. It's like so many people's favorite scene in the book, and I do not blame them. I really love that scene. I still don't ship
Yeah.
Celadon though, so shut up.
It's
Yo, look at my
I
name.
do.
It says Carousel, bro. How could you do this?
I prefer the JoJo's reference.
Yeah.
Okay. Other than okay, then there's I mean, and I think there's end of the book, like book day 8, 9, 10 are also just generally really well written. There's and like the dialogue also like really peaked up in those 3 days. I
Yo, I
think
mean, like day
Yeah,
especially
8, 9, and 10 is like a third of the book. So like,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. I really love the book. You can
Oh
tell just
no,
by
I
the
mean those are 3 days. If you think about it mathematically, 10 by
that
3
exactly a
is
third.
around
3 by 10,
33%.
3 by
No,
10,
like
3
day
by
nine
10.
and ten. Yeah, day 9 and 10 by themselves are a third of the book, and then adding day 8 is also a bit more.
They are a
Yeah,
fifth of
so
the book. Day 9 and 10 are a fifth of the
fifth.
book.
No, day 9 is 25 chapters. Day 10 is 23 chapters.
Oh,
And
you're
then
going by chapters. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
I thought you were doing it by like oh by. Why are we doing math? Can we
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, keep going.
so yeah, those are my main criticisms. I think if I have any more, I will say them. I think okay, okay. I have a big criticism. Shalan. I don't like Shalan in this. In the past
I
few books, I
mean,
haven't
Yeah.
liked Shalan. Okay, see, because okay, it's not like I
Actually,
hate it.
see,
I think book four, like the conclusion, like how her arc was being set up was pretty good. Then suddenly it was resolved in like one chapter, which I did not like at all. Shalan is like the weakest part of that book too. Book
yeah,
five
I kind
as
of like that.
well,
Yeah.
huh?
I kind of like that, because like it felt like there was
It
enough
doesn't.
build up.
Doesn't
I don't
feel
know.
organic, like it there's enough build up, but the way that it falls down isn't as good because it all just happens in one chapter. I don't think that is really
I
that
get it.
great. It's like the most mediocre ending to a character arc Sanderson's ever done. Book five,
Yeah,
it's like
especially for
I
book fight
don't
as a continuation arc.
Shalan is kind of strange. There are scenes with Shalan that I like. The whole Chana reveal. I've been a Chana Davar believer since like the day I found out about it, and I like that scene because of that. They were
oh,
like, "Oh,
Yeah,
see, it was correct, it was correct," and
yeah,
but
yo.
yeah.
oh,
No, I
Gavin
actually like
Oliver,
Shalon in this book though.
Yo, one criticism
I
I have of Shalon, like, is like when she says her fourth ideal oath, that was like, what was that? She just like, I'm
Oh yeah,
afraid.
that was so random, honestly. Like the book just
Yeah,
started and it's like, oh yeah, now I have armor. That was like,
yeah.
eh.
Like, imagine going from the fourth book straight to the fifth book. That's like so jarring, Like immediately after her fifth ideal, which was built up, and third ideal, which was built up, she immediately says her fourth ideal.
oh,
Yeah,
she's just like oh, Kaladin is just like has like the most emotional, amazing scene for his fourth ideal, and then for Sharon, it's like I'm afraid, go away.
yeah. Actually, though, it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't kind of level, I think.
Also,
I
she's now
think
stuck in Shadesmar, right?
Yeah, that was actually kind
yeah.
of cool. Yeah,
Oh, she's pregnant now.
Uh, I
yeah,
guess. I
I mean,
that's kind of
it's
weird.
very
fair.
heavily implied. It's very heavily implied.
Yeah, well, at least Maya is
Oh,
also in Shadesmar too. Maya stays in Shadesmar, right?
who?
Adelyn's sword,
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Maya,
yeah, yeah.
kind of, kind of.
so she can help her. But yeah,
Oh wait, yeah. Well, actually, I mean, can't Adeline and Shallan
Uh,
communicate because of the Sion?
yeah, yeah. They can communicate, but like
yeah,
she's not
but
gonna
like
be.
the Sion hasn't found Adolin yet, right?
He will be
Like
in
Shallan
Azemar, right?
asked it to, but it's not like.
It probably
I
will
mean,
be
maybe,
by the
maybe.
time of
We can say
incarnation.
Sion because they said Sion in the book, so we can say it. That's not a cautionary spoiler.
Okay,
Oh, but
yeah,
anyways,
fair, fair.
Okay. White orb.
White
Yo,
Orb.
okay, but like they probably will meet, right? And like, they will know about each other by at book 6, because that's like 10 years, so they will know about each other.
Yeah,
They will.
hopefully.
It'll just be easier communication with Maya, I think, compared to the CEO.
Yeah. Also, do you think Sigzil would find Shallan? Because
No, he's
Sigzil is
trying to go.
also.
Sixel's going off world now. He's not
He's trying to
on
go as
Roshar
far
anymore.
away from the world as possible, while Strelon's trying to stay inside the world. So they might
Oh
meet.
yeah. Oh
Hmm.
If
yeah, no, but I don't think it's likely.
Okay,
yeah,
wait.
I don't.
Strelon's in a 4-meter perpendicularity, right? By the time the book ends, would
Ye-
Sixel be going in that
Yeah,
direction?
no, he was going
Because
with
he's in
the
Cinnabar, right?
area. I think he was going with the Iriali somewhere, right?
Yeah,
In
he
his
could be near
chapter.
Cinnabar, because
yeah.
that's where he finds because that's where he finds Zet's friend, right? Because he could be near Cinnabar.
Yeah.
Don't say the name of his friend though. That's spoilers.
12124.
Yeah.
You remember it?
No, I
Yeah.
only remembered it because of like the fandom thing. So, any of you have any more criticisms before we get into characters?
Sigil, I guess.
Uh, Sigil.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sigil.
yeah. One thing I have a concern. You like Fen. You know Fen, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
queen. I feel her
Yeah,
now.
the queen. Yeah, I felt like her character switched up a lot, especially the scene with
Mm.
Taravangian. Like,
Oh yeah.
I thought she was
Mm.
more
She like
fierce, you know?
Emotional. She was emotional. She went off
yeah.
emotions and shit.
I guess that kind of makes sense. I can understand his case because like she was so firmly against him, and then he was like, "That's what you
Yeah,
asked me
yeah.
to do," and then he's like,
Yeah.
"Okay, yeah, I'll just listen to you."
Mhm,
She
I
switched up
agree.
way too quick, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think
Like,
Sigil, Yasna, and Venli's plot lines were just weaker overall, but they didn't take up that much time, so I didn't mind as much.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
I didn't like how
Sigil's I
Yasna's plot
actually
was also.
enjoyed. Sigil's was actually fun. It's like, oh shit, now it's an
No, I
actual
can.
structure and you can see the command structure and all of that. They're like, it shows you
No,
how
I can
much
see how
the,
you would.
Windrunners
yeah,
have adapted.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I can see how you would. I just personally didn't enjoy it for whatever reason. I just didn't find the action to be engaging. I think there were like one or two good Sigil scenes, which were like Sigil doing the whole like he renouncing his oaths and Moash, the whole thing with
Yeah.
Moash.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
and I don't know what we were talking about right before this. So
I think Rishikesh was gonna mention something, right?
Um, was I saying
Venly
something?
bad, Venly mid.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Bentley's bad.
No, I like Benny's arc. I don't know. I
She
just thought
was
it
fun. She
Like,
was like
did
no, she was
she?
meh in this book. She was meh in this. She didn't do shit
She
really.
was a
Like she
side
had
character. She was.
very side character.
Yo, she soloed the entire Shattered Plains, bro. It's like, nah.
Yeah, but the Shattered
She
Plains
No,
single-handedly
line
she,
was
she ran away. She literally helped her run away.
exactly. And then she got it. She single-handedly got the entire Shattered Plains, bro.
I
I
mean,
think that's
yeah.
I think
I
that's
like
all of
But
her
no,
Benny's
she
complaints.
felt
character
like a
more.
character. Like, Sigil had the same amount of relevance as her, and she
Yeah.
does not feel like a character who got her own book.
Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That that's
I like Benny's character a lot
no
more
see
than the previous book, so I don't know.
Venli is like the least of the major characters. She like you have the
Yeah,
10
that's
characters.
true.
Like from the beginning, like Sanderson has spoken about how the
No,
series
maybe
centers
Shalash
around
is
10
like less than
characters.
Benny. Maybe
No, no,
Shalash is less
Shalan.
than Benny.
Oh no,
Shalash,
no. See, I'm excited for Shalash just because of all the Herald shit we'll get.
I guess. Yeah.
And like I think that her arc can be very interesting because of what's been set up in arc one. So like her character arc, I'm very
Yeah.
interested. I think as a Dustbringer, her thing really works because Dustbringers they're built up on control of self control of their own
Of their
powers.
emotions.
And
And then the heroes don't have any control of their emotions. So it's like, yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
yo.
That's kind of it. There's also some other stuff, but I'll probably make like a video about that on its own. So for money's sake, let's move on. Let's move on
Oh,
to characters.
also,
Okay, okay, yeah, fair.
one other thing before. Do you think the wind can talk to Calvin while he's healing the heralds? Like, because he can go to the spiritual realm, right?
Who?
Maybe, but like that, maybe she can because the wind is inherently tied to Roshar, and since they are not on Roshar's
Mm,
spiritual
right.
realm,
Yeah.
they're on Blaze's spiritual realm, so that's
Yeah.
probably a bit different.
Could be. Yeah, yeah. Makes sense.
But
Oh,
I'm
the
not sure because
wind.
like the only reason they could access any kind of visions in the original spiritual realm is because of their connection to Roshar. But in
Yeah.
this, there's no connection to Roshar. We've almost been talking for half an hour. We still haven't got into characters. Let's get into
Okay.
characters.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
First one I want to talk about is Kaladin, who was amazing in this book.
yeah.
I think
He
he's the
was
main point of criticism, though. Yeah.
he
Huh?
was really good this book, honestly. I
I
liked him
think he,
more in this book than Way of Kings, actually, honestly.
No,
no
Way of
way,
Kings is
really?
no, wrong. You're
Actually,
galat hai. Yeah, galat hai.
I don't know which
Okay.
the best Calvin is, though. Like,
No,
is it?
Kaladin is one character, so it's just like I think his progression is just.
Yeah.
So let's just say
But which book
Stormlight
had the
Archive.
best
Kaladin
Calvin?
is the Uh, yes.
Which book had the best character progression? Because I feel like all of them did him really well. Like the first book introduced him really well. The second one gave him a really good character arc. The third one made him
Oh,
feel like a real good sense of defeat. And then the fourth one made like a really well done accomplishment. And the fifth
And
one
then the
showed his
fifth
like
book
entire
shows
character,
him after at the
all
conclusion of
his
his
hardship.
character arc.
if we talk
Yeah.
about individual books, I would say the second one had the most because, like, at
I
the
think
end
for
of
me it's
second book, remember
yeah, true. But I think for me, I think it's either Way of Kings or Oathbringer in terms of Kaladin because I just
Oathbringer.
love
No, Oathbringer was just, oh yeah, I'm depressed. I'll run away from depression.
Yeah, true, true.
that. No,
I
but
think
that's
like,
perfect.
yeah,
That's perfect for this
Is
arc
it?
because it's okay.
yeah,
Okay, maybe I think it actually maybe might be Way of Kings or Rhythm of War. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
yeah.
I
Rhythm
think
of War.
Rhythm of War is for me.
Oathbringer was like the first step towards Rhythm of War, like Kaladin
No,
arc wise.
everything was leading up to Rhythm of War. We have
I don't think Wind and Truth is the best Kaladin like arc in
no,
the book.
no,
It's just
it's
him
not.
finally getting what he deserves, like finally getting
No,
the peace he deserves.
I think in this book, Kaladin might have been the best character, but this isn't
It's
the
not the
best
No,
best
Kaladin.
Kaladin.
Dalinar.
It's not the best Kaladin. So. Okay, fair. Honestly, yeah, I can see a very big
Yeah.
case being made for Kaladin. I will. I'm gonna play both sides until at the end of the video. I will reach a conclusion. Uh,
Okay, okay,
but like,
fair.
No,
I see. I can see. I mean, some people are saying Kaladin is out of character. I don't see it. It's not that he's out of
No.
character. It's just that he's changed. He's changed over the
Yeah,
course
yeah,
of the
yeah,
books, and
the
I
yeah.
entire
see
character
how the
arc was changed
criticism.
at the end.
I can see how some of the criticisms might be like, oh, it's just been 1 day since the Rhythm of War. Why is he this happy? Well, I mean, you still see him struggle a bit with the depression. It's just that for now he's happy. It's like, is it that hard to believe he's happy for like 10 days straight? Because like finally he's reached
Yeah.
a point and he's finally reached
Yeah,
okay. I've seen people complaining that like, oh, Nail, like he's already fighting again. Isn't that going against his character arc? And the point of his character arc
was
wasn't
never
for
fighting. Well,
him
there's never to
to
stop
get
fighting.
away from fighting. No, it wasn't to stop fighting. It wasn't to do anything.
Yeah,
It was so that he could reach a point where he could
when he
fight
doesn't need to
and not
fight.
harm himself mentally in the process.
Yes,
Because in previous books,
Yeah.
he's been fighting. Book one, uh, he keeps fighting. Every single thing, he keeps fighting for others. He keeps protecting others while not protecting himself in the process. He is not, and like every single thing he does, he damages himself. Finally, Rhythm of War, we reach a point where his fighting um, for himself, which is like he doesn't really have an arc in this book. He doesn't really
yeah,
change too much. It's just in terms of his therapist stuff. But his final oath in book five
accept
like
this journey.
isn't no, not the herald oath, the
You mean
windrunner
the
oath.
Windrunner? Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will protect myself so I may live to protect others.
Protect
That's
others.
not
That one.
a new oath. People are saying, oh, that's just what he learned in River before. That's the point
Yeah, this is
because
what he learned in
Yeah.
it's
Fair.
supposed to be an extension of Rhythm of War, and
Yeah,
I
because he's
think
not
that's
Yeah.
like
beautiful.
it's only 10 days. He can't learn that much in 10 days.
Yeah,
From what he already learned in Rhythm of War. So the point isn't a new oath. The
exactly.
change is
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's true.
And another thing is like okay, Kaladin. It's just and like him helping Zet is eventually just leading up to him helping the Heralds. Everyone can see that really because like
yeah.
oh, throughout the whole book we're
Yeah,
seeing
yeah.
Kaladin help Zet and Zet's character arc was also beautiful. I think we'll get to that later, but
Yeah.
um
Zed's
but
feels are kind of rushed though.
Yeah.
kind
Okay.
of
Yeah.
but
One thing
I
is,
still feel for it.
yeah.
Hmm.
One thing
Continue.
is, I feel like the oaths that were told in this book don't have the same weight as the previous books because there were just like so
Yeah,
many that
yeah.
were told all in this one book.
They're like, oh yeah, we need some sort of power up, and then they just say an oath. It doesn't feel so
Yeah.
like
It feels so
occasional.
rushed. Yeah.
Feels so
Not rush, but like
yeah.
I mean, that's
I
not
don't
really the
know.
point.
too fast.
Like the odds, the final ideals of each of them aren't really that big. Like Shalan, okay, Shalan, I agree, but I just have a problem with everything Shalan in
Wait,
this
did
book.
Shallan say her
Um,
fifth oath in this book?
she said her fourth oath.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That one was
yeah.
That
okay.
was mid. That was meh.
So
That was
I feel
fine.
like
That was
Um,
fine.
for Kaladin, the fourth oath was the most important, and for Shalan, it was the third, right?
Yeah. Both told in the fourth book. Yeah.
All of
Yeah,
the odds are
that was
equally
where like
important.
oaths were like, oh shit, they got character development. But in this book, it was more of just like, oh, they have more stormlight.
Yeah. This book
That
is just
was
like,
I
oh,
I mean, the
they don't
oaths
hold the
have
same weight.
always. I don't
yeah,
think they're supposed to necessarily. It's just like this is who they are now. This is how it ends for them. This is the end of the character arc. Let's do it like that. I don't think the oaths are supposed to be the main um emotional driving for, like in previous books, oaths have been like the main emotional linchpin of the books one,
But they
two,
can't
three,
do that
four.
this book.
You can't do that this
Especially
book because
because 10 days also. So like you can't get that much emotional like weight behind it in
yeah,
just 10 days.
yeah, true.
true.
Especially
But
after both Calvin and Shalon have both just said a note in the previous book. So there's not enough time for them to like.
Shallan didn't say a note in the previous book.
She did
Did
in Rhythm of War. I
Was it
killed
the I
my
killed my
friend.
spleen? She never said
Yeah,
that.
that's not an oath.
I don't. Okay, wait. Shallan.
wait, what?
Odds.
She gained
Shallan.
Stormlight from that,
That's
no?
not an odd, I don't. She
But
did.
she
I
gained
don't
Stormlight from
remember.
it.
Okay, wait.
Oh,
Shallan Light Weaver. Ideals. Shallan. Okay, for. Blah, blah, blah. Uh, ideals. Uh, life before that. Light. Okay, you know what? I can't find it, but I don't think it was, but whatever. Yeah.
okay. Well, I thought it was
Uh,
because yeah, that's why you can't really get like the
Hmm.
emotional like build up because there's only 10 days, and in that time, there's not enough time to build to the
Yeah.
next oath. So it feels like
But see, the
more less
point,
weight.
the thing that the odds don't, I think that the odds didn't have as much emotional weight, but that's fine because a lot of the other scenes in the book had a lot of emotional weight instead.
Yeah. It wasn't the main
Yeah,
focus, the
it's,
oath of the
it
book.
doesn't, and plus there's like the whole, a big theme of the book is like, I'll get to that later once I talk
Yeah.
about
Let's go
Zet
to the
and
characters.
Dalinar.
Let's go back to the characters.
Yeah,
yeah.
let's go back to characters. We're all in agreement. Kaladin was great in this book. One scene I didn't like for him is like in maybe day one or day two. I think it's day one. Yeah, the book quartermaster
Quartermaster scene?
scene. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
The
I told me
what?
this. Yeah.
the
The bookkeeper
librarian.
scene.
Yeah,
He's insulting so.
yeah.
Wait, what was wrong with that? Though? I don't get it.
I feel like it was forced. Like when
Yeah,
it's
no,
just like
he's promoting
he's like
Celadon. I can understand that.
that's
Yeah.
not
Maybe
what
it
I
was that.
felt. That's not what I felt was forced. No, not that. It's just like no bullying. That's mean. That felt kind of
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Him
mean,
mentioning
no,
Gaz.
it shows him that no, it shows him that like Kaladin actually cares about Syl, and it's not like, oh yeah, she gives me powers, I can ignore her.
Yeah.
I mean, we already knew that, really.
Did we? I mean, Kaladin really didn't do much for Syl.
True. I mean, like, yeah, actually, though, yeah. After the bond, it's more like still helps Calden out, you know?
Yeah, like so
But
far it
now
was
that
all like Syl chose Kaladin, and then Kaladin just lived up to his oaths and
Yeah.
shit.
And
see
now they
But
can
like
now
he never did anything for Syl.
yeah. It's like his
fair,
first.
but like I think that one scene wasn't the best way to get him to do something for
Yeah,
Sil.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
understand the
That's
point of
different.
just I understand the point of the scene. I just think it could
It
have been
wasn't handled.
handled better.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
But now I think Kaladin will do more for Sil. And then how long have you been talking about Kaladin? Let's almost 10 minutes now. God.
Yo,
Let's
Yeah. Let's
yeah.
switch.
Uh,
What part of the book you
Zet
want?
because he's most connected to Kaladin.
that.
Who wants to speak?
Mm,
Zet, I think his arc is okay. Zet before in previous books, I wasn't invested in him. I was intrigued. I was interested. I wasn't invested in him. But now this book has kind of turned him from a character I didn't give much of a second thought. Like first book, I liked him. It was like, oh, that's kind of tragic. Second book, he just had a couple scenes when he was being a badass. Third book, I liked him a bit more. Fourth book, he didn't have very much to do. It was mostly just like
Yeah,
some scenes which were setting up his backstory and what would happen in this book. But this book
and then
completely
fifth
turned
book.
that on. And then this book
Yeah.
completely, yeah, that this book completely turned that on its
Yeah.
head because now I genuinely think Zed is like one of my favorite characters in the series. He's
Like
really
Yeah.
good,
Zed.
guys.
Yeah. Book five did what it was supposed to do for book four for Venli, but just better. Because Venli tried
Yes,
to split it
yes.
up between Navani and Venli, but book five was just mainly Zed, so it felt better. Like end up to make sense
Oh,
of
yeah,
everything.
yeah. That's true. That's true.
I think yeah, I think if Sanderson put some more time into Finley's arc for book four, it could have been better. I also don't
Yeah,
want to
but
sacrifice my I also don't want to sacrifice my Navani time because I really like Navani.
yeah, yeah. Navani was so cool.
Yeah, but
Navani is, I don't know.
Navani, I love
Okay.
Navani. I love Navani. She's awesome. Uh, Great character. Dalinar
Oh
Navani is
yeah.
like my favorite Stormlight ship. Stormlight, not Mistborn. I have a better. There's a better Mistborn ship. Basically, okay,
Zed,
Zet,
right?
I think his arc was really well handled. I think what you said about the whole 10 days thing is weird, but again, that my thing, it's just like I don't feel the oh no, and the only one with a camera here now. Okay, he's back. He's
Okay,
back,
okay,
thank
yeah.
God. Okay, but peer pressure dictates that I must turn off my camera too when you do too. Okay, but I think Zet, like I have the whole thing where it's like it doesn't feel like 10 days. It feels much longer than 10 days.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true.
So that's kind of my thing. I think he was really well handled. Like first of all, his backstory was absolutely amazing. Um,
Yeah,
Another thing,
his
like
backstory was so good, and his father was also such a good character.
yeah,
He's like Kaladin comparing him with Zeth. That was the most like beautiful thing I've seen because Kaladin's father also tried to help him a lot. Zeth's father helped him
Yeah.
a lot, except
Yeah.
Zeth was Tien, and that was so cool.
Also, yeah.
Yeah.
Kaladin just turns everyone in TN. Okay,
Okay. Actually,
Shalan,
though, actually,
Shalan, no, I don't like her that way. She's TN to me.
yo,
Sil,
yeah.
Sil is
Elokar,
TN.
Elokar
Elokar,
also,
Dalinar's TN.
and
Yeah.
in that also TN.
Yeah.
Everyone
Eventually,
to
Okay,
Calvin,
that's fair.
there's the
everyone to
meme
Calvin.
that
Yeah,
there's the meme that everyone on Roshar is Shalan. No, everyone in the Cosmere is TN.
yeah. Calvin's perspective of everyone, TN and to be
Yeah.
TN.
Yo. Also, his
Callan,
Steve, Zed Steve, that was so sad.
Zed,
Oh yeah,
oh
The
his
the
sheep,
sheep.
sheep,
the
Molly,
sheep.
right? Molly.
Oh Molly, shit.
Yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Remember, like when he thought Kaladin actually died at the end of the book, and he wasn't even sad. He was just tired. But then he saw Molly's like the thing
Oh, the cheap
hide.
toy.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
He saw
that
the
was
scene.
so.
toy, and
That
then
scene
he
was
started
beautiful.
crying. So that shows you how much importance it
He
had.
saw, and how
Yeah,
important
Guys,
Calvin became to that.
what
yeah.
guys? What's the name of Zed's? I mean Zed's favorite unmade.
Oh yeah, Ba Adam Mishra. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Nice.
made this. I made this. I put it on. I put it
Huh?
on. What do you call it? Yeah, whatever. But yeah, that was nice. Yeah, but like I love that scene with the whole sheep toy and everything. That was
It was
That was
heartbreaking,
good.
like
beautiful.
legitimately. Because like
Yeah,
until then, Zet's flashbacks held some weight. They held a lot of weight, but in that scene, it just kind of amplified it completely.
yeah. Also, the
Mm-hmm.
thing with Zed's backstories was like, you know, he's going to end up as truthless, but then it like he was so confident when he was like he had the Windrunner honor
Yeah.
blade.
Mm.
He was
Yeah.
like,
I think
how you keep thinking like, how can a person so confident end up as ruthless and like so
I think
devastated?
that's like yo, I think that's like for most of the backstories though, right? You're wondering how this person falls. I mean Shalon's maybe not. But like Dalinar's, Kaladin's and Benny's, you're wondering what happened to this person to make them what
Yeah,
they do.
yeah,
And then Venli is just
But
that's
like,
Zed
you
is
right.
like
already
more.
know. Venli are like, yo, I already know what happened to her.
And then Zed is just like on a more level from that because it's like
Mhm.
higher level from that because it's like you see Mm. You see how confident he is,
Yeah,
it feels more than like what Calvin and Downer had to face, like from the beginning of their characters. Because at the beginning of Calvin, you could see how he became what he was, from how he wanted to be join the military and stuff, and from Downer's, you
yeah.
also know that. Did but then for Zed's, yeah,
Zetsu's
Dalmar's
so peaceful, and it felt like a
yeah,
completely different person. Like as you know,
from the Zed we see Calvin try to heal.
yeah. So the
Zed.
backstories were amazing, honestly.
Yeah,
They were one, two,
I
three,
don't know.
five. The backstories are just perfect. Are just really
I don't
great.
know. I actually don't know, bro. Because like some of the backstories were good, but I don't know if all the backstories really hit me. You know.
Two was good. Four, Words of Radiance was great. Way of Kings was
I
great.
don't know.
Oathbringer was great. Shoot was great. Realm of War was meh. Backstories
Uh,
wise,
It was the.
hmm.
I guess that makes
it,
sense. You know. What?
it was meh.
I mean, for me, Words of Radiance, the backstories were like they were
Yes, they were
depressing,
that
but like it didn't feel that great,
emotional
you know. Yeah,
I
compared to like
think
Downers
that
and Paladins, where you felt the big sense of emotion at the end of it.
I mean,
fair, but I think
I
a
haven't
large amount.
reread the
I
second book in a
reread.
while. So.
I reread Words of Radiance. I think it was actually pretty great. I said that maybe it was better
Mm.
than Way of Kings. Now I don't think so. I don't think so. But it's still great. I think they're just like the second least, but they're still really good. Because I think the emotional payoff, especially of the backstories, finally happens in book five with the whole Chana thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But we're talking about Zet here. Why are we talking about Chalan? God.
I mean, she is a character.
Yeah, in this book, unfortunately. But
no, 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 no. Shalon does not deserve that much hate.
when the true Chalan does, I like Chalan in Way of Kings, Words of Radiance, and Oathbringer.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. I think Zet's arc. Let's get back to Zed. I think Zed's arc was really well handled because you see, like throughout his whole life, he's just following blindly the laws. He's following blindly every single thing that everyone's telling him because he thinks it's right. But like a major theme of the book is just uh, morality and what you should do is decided by you, not by any external thing like oaths or laws. That's a major theme of the
Yeah,
book because even when you see like in that's what Nail and Kaladin's whole debate is about, and like every a main theme of the book is like most moral issues have more complexity than just oh yeah the law is always right, which is Nail is just like oh yeah like laws are always
yeah,
right because men aren't always right, and then Kaladin's like laws are made by men, you idiot.
yeah. But Nail choosing the laws over like his humanity, that was so
because he
like
doesn't trust his
that was
humanity.
honestly
Yes.
amazing because
Yeah.
like
See
he
this.
couldn't trust himself anymore. That was so sad.
Oh my god, yeah. Wonder Sail.
Yeah.
Huh?
The ship.
Oh
The
yeah,
ship.
Yeah.
yeah,
Argo 2, nah, Celadon is a better ship. Yeah, Warado.
Yeah.
Interesting, Isha. Very interesting.
yeah.
So, oh yeah, I think this book he really showed me how much he just had my emotions hanging by a string.
Mm.
Because like,
Yeah.
if at any point I think Kaladin might die, if any point I think Adlin might die, he
Oh
showed me
yeah,
that he can just like cut like there were multiple scenes where I thought, oh shit, are they gonna die? And then he just cut, and then if he just cuts the strings, I'm gonna just be left in absolute ruin for like 50 days. You know that scene where
Exactly.
Kaladin's just like howling, holding Death's corpse in Rhythm of War. I would have been that
yeah.
Yeah.
if
Oh,
yeah.
I genuinely thought he was gonna die this book. I'm so happy he didn't.
I didn't really think he would from at the beginning because like it's not right for this arc because he's finally reached some point of happiness and then oh he's just dead now. I don't think that would have worked
Yeah, no,
pretty well.
no, that was why it happened because remember Elhokar, like Elhokar was like, oh yeah, I'm finally a good king now. and then he just died.
Yeah.
See,
So
Oh,
Alucard's whole thing was
the
more
Alucard.
focused on like the tragedy of it, and like um, Sanderson doesn't really like to end off his things with a sense of absolute hopelessness. Because if he just because he's been setting up Kaladin's arc for like 5 books at this point, and if he just ended off and then he died, all hope was lost. Have fun crying in your sleep, children. That I don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
that doesn't
No,
Wasn't book
I
fit
three
honestly,
Calvin kind of ended off like that?
Sanderson. That B doesn't fit Kaladin's arc.
Yeah, but wasn't book three kind of ended off on that, where Calvin just tries to protect everyone he can, even though he's gonna fail?
That, see, first of all, book three as a whole ended off on a more hopeful tone because of Dalinar's arc. Second, book three for Kaladin's arc specifically, it's not the end of his arc. That's why he was able to do it like that. That's why
Okay.
he was more
mm,
hopeful in that vein. Yeah. So,
true.
Yeah.
Zet is cool. Why do we start talking about Kaladin again?
Yo, should we move from that? Should we move from that? I feel like
Yes,
I've said all that.
I think, like, I really liked Zet's arc. Dalinar. uh,
Oh yeah,
yes,
Dalinar was the best
you
character in
will
this book.
obviously.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will. The council will now hear your opinion.
Yeah. So Dalinar, at the beginning of the book, him like him accepting the role that he would have to take up the power and become God.
Oh,
Like
so
from the very start, his character kept on improving. Honestly,
yeah.
like even when Vit told him that he couldn't, it was like very hard to like leave the power after you got it.
Oh, and then he mentioned
And
that. Okay, no, wait. Spoilers for that
okay,
thing world
yeah, yeah,
building. We'll talk about that later. Yeah,
world building.
world building.
And like him experiencing Honor's story and like reliving the past, that was amazing actually. Dalinar and of course at the end him like I genuinely have no words for the ending. It's crazy.
Yo, the end,
It,
yeah, Dalinar dying. Oh, it's like, yo,
Yeah. And he,
it was
he
beautiful.
saw past the shards or like what the shards could see. That was so beautiful
yo,
because
all the
Um,
them. He saw past
yeah,
Wit, bro. How do you do that?
yeah, yeah,
Wit is just no because Wit is just in a state of absolute panic this whole book. So
And the ending where he's
oh
like, Dalinar, you absolute genius. Oh, it's so good.
yeah, that was
and
such a cool scene.
Wit is like the last person you'd expect to call Dalinar a genius, but it works.
Yeah.
I think Dalinar, yeah, I agree with Rishikesh. I think Dalinar's arc was beautiful in this book because actually what his arc was about in this book was actually a problem I had with him from Oathbringer onwards because like yeah, he's grown, but he still takes absolute control of everything that he can get his grubby little paws on. Well, his paws aren't just little,
Yeah,
they're like that's why he's able to.
yeah.
But
And also
and
the
that
Stormfather
is
doesn't
something.
call him that out.
Yeah. Oh, and that one scene with the Stormfather where he called that out was beautiful. I really loved it. I really loved that scene because it wasn't really over explanation because I think it's just him pointing out what Dalinar's flaw is and I think how that scene was handled it hit hard because you can see Dalinar it resonated with him like
Yeah. And also,
what
like, the
Storm
Stormfather, even
Yeah,
though he butts heads with him, he trusts the Stormfather.
yeah
yeah.
oh
His
and then there,
relationship with the Stormfather was also amazing because the
Yeah,
Stormfather
oh, exactly.
itself is like changing its personality. That was beautiful.
Yo, and then at the end where they're both like talking like friends, oh, it's good. It's so
Yeah, that was amazing.
mm.
Dalinar's ending was like I'm still comprehending.
Yo, it's
It's
so good, bro.
yeah, like he died in the most like non. He didn't do anything. He didn't fight back.
And also, like, we see him die off screen. Like, no way, bro.
Yeah, that was so disappointing actually.
Yeah,
It was
who
disappointing
yo,
but perfect at the same time. It was kind
yeah, it
of
makes sense.
Stormfather yeah
yeah, and
I think you're talking about Stormfather, right? I sorry, I had.
No, no. We were talking about Dalnar and how he dies.
Okay, no, I liked how he died. I didn't think it was that disappointing that he died off screen.
What?
wait,
Wait,
what?
when did
No,
Stormfather die off screen?
I think not
no,
Stormfather. I mean, I mean,
Yeah.
Dalinar, I think his death works because like it's not supposed to be tragic. His death, it's supposed to be hopeful in a way because um, if you
Yeah,
see
I
if you see Dalinar being ripped apart by a storm and then cut by rocks, I think that'll probably leave a bit of a grim image in your mind.
No, no, no. What? No, it could be like, it could be from Gavinor's point of view, where he's just looking up, and then Dalinar is still protecting him, even though he's getting like uh, crushed by
yeah.
rocks.
Okay,
That
wait,
would have
no,
been
that
so
works.
good.
Okay, that
Oh,
would
I
okay.
think that's going to be a scene in like arc 2, honestly. Like I'm pretty sure Gavinor is going to become like a main character in the arc 2.
Yeah, he'll be
I
changing. He'll be
don't
changing.
I don't think he'll have flashbacks, but he will be a very major character. I would
Yeah.
love to see his time in the spiritual realm. Oh, that was a big
Oh,
fan theory.
yeah.
That was a
Dude,
big
no,
fan
that
theory.
was so sudden and it felt so ridiculous to believe it, honestly. And I was like, oh shit, this is actually for real. It's
Yeah,
actually
actually though,
Gavinor.
what was that? Bro, it feels
Yeah.
Yeah,
so creepy. It's like actually crazy
yeah,
though. It's like he's like grooming him. And it's like what? No.
yeah. That was crazy.
Okay. Interesting
I,
choice of
I,
words there,
I
Ishan.
was like 100% sure Odium was trying to mess with Dallin or some random dude he found somewhere. But no, it's like, I shit, it's actually Gavin.
Or he
That
just
was
finds some
scary.
random dude and he's like, "Hey, you kind of look like Elokar. Yeah, yeah, I look like Elokar. Come with
Yeah,
me. We're
yeah,
gonna
I,
mess
I
up
actually
Dalinar."
thought that was, yeah.
No, see, I
But
think
like,
you guys are getting it all wrong. I don't think Gaviner will be a main character. I think the meat lump Odium set to replace him will.
huh?
Yo, actually.
Oh, shit, yeah, yeah.
Yo, Navani doesn't know what happened to Gavinor, by the way. Like, she just wake up one day and be like, Gavinor, how are you 20?
Oh,
Shit. No, no. I mean, at that point,
oh,
No, he'll be
no. Yeah,
30.
he
He'll
should
be
be
30.
12. He should be 12. Shit.
And he'll be 30. Oh my god. Yeah.
oh,
Shit.
yo. Also, how is Navani in a coma? I still don't get it.
She used a sibling to protect them, but doing that caused her to be in a coma. That's all I can tell.
That's it. Wasn't
Oh,
very clear.
so she like dead? Is the sibling dead?
No, no. The sibling and Navani are in a coma, I think, and they're be protecting the urethra from odium.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's how the Radiants can still use their powers there.
Power. Yeah.
hmm
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
But
oh shit. Now, if any Radiants go outside the tower, only Lift will be able to use her powers.
wait, what?
so she has cultivation. So she has cultivations, right? No honor for her lip. Yeah.
Lifelight.
Yeah, but cultivation also left,
But her
right?
light is probably still there in some form.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't combined with Odium's, like Stormlight and Stormlight and
Void
Void
light.
Light became Warlight, yeah.
Yo, I
So
mean, yeah, I
so
guess.
Lifelight probably still exists in all the food. So and there's a lot of food.
Oh yeah.
Rishikesh is
Who else
food.
was a
Okay.
character?
Stick.
Hmm. What?
Yeah, we just finished
Stick.
off all of
No.
Lip's points in just that. That's all of Lip's
Yeah.
line.
Like, oh yeah,
Okay.
Lift getting coached by Vashed. I guess that's
Yo,
cool.
is it
Oh
hell?
my
Yo, that's
god.
actually hype.
I can't wait for the Vash. I can't wait to see more of Vasher. Nightblood just name dropped Vasher in the like he just said everything in this book.
Yo,
The
wait, that's spoilers.
performance.
That's spoiler. That's just a spoiler name.
No,
Oh,
Nightblood said Vasher.
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So like his real
But
name
like,
is
I
a
guess
spoiler.
they don't know Vasher is Zahel.
Yeah.
No, no, no. It was explicitly stated in the book.
Oh yeah, yeah, because he
Oh.
held the sword, right? He held the sword and gave this back to Zeth and was like, "Yeah, take care of them."
No,
Oh.
no. Nightblood just
What?
told Kaladin, and it's like, oh, that's what sword training guy you have is Vasher. Like, wait, he's not from Roshar? And Nightblood's like,
Oh
yeah, I
yeah.
wasn't an audience. The fan base figured it out what 11 years ago.
11 years ago. Damn.
That's when Words
And
of
also, because like
Radiance
the
came
Dead
out.
is looking for Nightblood, right? And
Wait,
also because
Words
the
of
Dead is
Radiance
looking
came
for
out
Nightblood.
11 years ago.
Yeah,
What?
Way of Kings came out 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's like 4 years per, right? So 16 years, because like every 4 years.
Yo.
It's been 15 years,
Yo,
I
what?
think so far. Oh wait, yeah, because it's 2025. Yeah. I think in August of this year
Damn.
it'll become 16 years old.
Yeah.
She. It's
Yeah.
older than me, kind of.
No,
Oh, it's
no,
like
it
few
came out in
months
2010.
younger than.
It came out in 2010. You came
No,
out in
Oh, oh
Nishit, just
yeah,
4
2010.
yeah.
years older.
No, me and Rishikesh's release date was the same.
Yeah.
Release date.
Yo, but
Oh yeah,
actually,
Ishan, when is your birthday?
October
October.
9th, so you know, 9th, so like
October
a bit
9th.
late. Yo, but actually, writing the book would have probably taken like a few years, right? So it probably is older. Like, not by publishing, but like when it was started being written.
Yeah, yeah.
So it
It is my it is I don't okay. Do you think okay? Let's go back. Do you think Wheel of Time or Stormlight is better for you now? I think I don't
Wheel of
know
Time,
if
Wheel
they're
of Time,
tied. I don't Wheel of Time. Yeah.
Wheel of
Okay.
Time.
I think Wheel of Time has had lower lows, but it has some really high highs. Because like okay,
Yeah,
there is no way anyone can tell me seriously, truthfully that Crossroads of Twilight is better than Wind and Truth. No, it's not.
yeah. Okay. No, but here's the thing. Uh, Wheel of Time doesn't have real low lows. It just has like long lows. You know, they last for a long while.
Long.
But the highs are really high. That's what I
High.
like.
But Stormlight highs are really high too.
Yeah,
But then again, Wheel of Time has like the best character arc I've ever read with Rand.
one of the best for me. Yeah. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to guys. Let's go back.
Let's go back. Okay, I think I really like the Herald of Second Chances thing because uh,
Yeah.
I think
So he's the
the,
first therapist in Roshan. I'm so
Yeah,
happy.
yeah. With
well,
mentioning
I
that, I was
mean
like, yo,
Oh, he's the
there could have been
herald
one
of
before
therapists.
cancellation. More
no, he
like
should
Yo.
just be the
Herald of
herald of doctors, bro. He should just be
Huh?
the
Herald of
herald of doctors. There's no doctor herald, right?
Surgeon Therapist. Surgeon Therapist.
Yo.
Boom. Herald of Medical Care. Uh,
Yeah.
Here.
I guess you could say
there we go.
the delegated one, but like she's not really into healing and all, right?
She's just an edge
Mm.
dancer. She just knows progression. She's not really a doctor.
Yeah. And then we can't say like, is it Pralyap is really one either because most of her is just looking into the future.
Yeah. After that, okay. So I think Kaladin's Herald Ascension. There were theories about it way before this book. I didn't think it could have
Really?
worked, but the way not specifically how the Oath Pact was gonna be fulfilled, just that Kaladin would become a member of the Oath Pact. Not what the Oath Pact would be specifically, like how it would protect the Spren and all that. There were just theories about Kaladin becoming a herald, and I didn't think it could work. But the way it was handled here
Mm.
was really good, specifically with like the whole Ashin vision and everything. That I think was
Mhm.
handled really well, and especially for Kaladin's arc, it played out really well.
True.
Yeah,
True.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
um,
I don't have anything bad to say about Kaladin turning into a herald. Like it's just cool.
No, I've
we're
seen some
back to
people say
Kaladin.
we're back to no, like Kaladin is just like a big presence for the whole series, so it's hard not to talk about him.
Yeah, maybe we should have saved him
Yeah.
for last. Gone through all the really like to talk about characters and went through the big ones last.
Yasna. Okay, let's talk about Yasna. I didn't
Yeah,
like the debate, but
Yasna
I
got
liked.
absolutely destroyed. I was so happy.
Why?
She was a
Why?
bit.
I don't even
No,
like Yasna.
no, I kind of like her, but she was a bit too cocky
technical,
sometimes. Like,
Oh no, okay,
bit too
that
logical.
I don't agree that she was cocky. I just agree that what this book has done for her character is going to be really good because I didn't like the debate because I don't think it was that well written, but I
yeah,
like
yeah,
what it. I don't think I think what it's done for her character is really good.
Like
yeah.
where it ends off, yeah, where she's
Like,
just sad and there's no one there.
Odium absolutely destroyed her entire, like, belief
Self
in,
confidence.
like,
And her
yeah,
ideals.
self confidence, belief, ideals, everything. Like, she, he, like, sent him back. She had a
Yeah.
desolation.
Yo,
Oh
she's
yeah,
like gonna
no.
go back a few ideals from that, bro.
Yeah, honestly.
What are the ideals of the L scholars? I just know I
I
will
will be the
become the
best
best
version of
version of
myself.
myself. That's all I
But like,
know.
what
That's
else?
all I know.
She's reached fourth ideal, so like she says two more after that.
Yeah,
Two more?
maybe like maybe Taravangian's whole thing. Maybe one of her ideals and why it's regressed suddenly is because one of her ideals was just I will beat Taravangian and everything that little shit.
Yeah.
Why what?
I mean, yo, one of her ideas could be that I will only do for like the better good, because that was like one of the things that she was talking about through during that entire thing,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Maybe, maybe. But other than I think Yasna, where it left off for her character was pretty good. Rest of it was mid.
Oh, I think honestly, Yasna is gonna stop being an elf scholar and she's gonna
Yo,
No,
change
see?
no.
radiant.
Yo,
L Scholar is really only what works for her. I don't know what else would work for Yasna.
She's gonna become a light weaver.
no.
And
Also another thing is like book 10 is gonna be Yasmin's book, right? And that's the elf scholar for like all the 10 books, no, right? So I don't know if she
Yeah,
can really change.
yeah. Because there's no
oh,
other L Scholar one. Because all the other orders have been taken other than Dustbringer. So unless you want
With the
Yasna to
Shabbat.
suddenly start be preaching self-control, it won't work out. I don't think.
Also, Dustbringer is like
yeah,
basically
yeah,
taken.
okay, fine.
Yeah.
So I don't think she'll switch orders.
Yeah.
Then
So that
who
was a
else?
new thing that was introduced in this book that like you can shift orders if you wanted to. Because like so far we've all the people who are radiants stayed a radiant, right? In that order.
Mhm.
And this was the
Okay,
first time like Sigil went from being a windrunner to a
No, no
Skybreaker.
runner.
hybrid. Yeah.
And also Zet.
No
Also,
runner.
he.
Yeah. Also Zed renounced his oath.
Oh
Yo,
yeah,
why
that
just
was great.
spoilers by the way with the Zet one and with the sixth one that was spoilers.
Sigil. No, it's not. He bonded auxiliary. That's obvious. That's obvious. Come on,
No, it
Okay.
isn't.
Yeah. No, yeah. Fine.
it's obvious.
Also, can we make an assumption that all the people who've read Wind and Truth have read all the other Cosmere books?
No, that's why we
No,
have the
just leave it
No,
section
at
at
10,
world
right?
building. That's why we have the whole world building thing.
no, that's sad.
Mm. Because I mean,
Mm.
there's some people who only read Stormlight.
Are
Oh,
there though? I don't know that many.
There not no there are like I've seen people online who only read Stormlight, and even then they haven't read everything. So let's just be safe.
okay, okay, fair.
Yeah.
Even if they read more than Stormlight, but yeah. Other than that, okay. So in terms of characters, I think another thing with Zet, I forgot what I was gonna say. Let's move on from characters.
Adolin? You talk about Adolin now? The big Adolin
Yeah,
fuse in
okay,
the
yeah,
reach?
yeah, okay, yeah, Adlin, yeah, I forgot. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot. Okay, Adlin was great in this book. I think everyone can agree.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like this arc,
I
it's
he
good. It's
won't
good.
die. I'm kind of sad he didn't die, but it's fine.
What?
He
It
should
would
have
have been
died.
nice if he died.
He had all the flags. He had all the flags.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had, he had all the flags, but Dalinar had more.
True.
Hmm.
I mean,
Kaladin
Dana
had
could look
more.
kind of thing.
Kaladin didn't have more. It wouldn't have worked for his arc. I stand by that, and
No, what?
Sanderson has proved me right.
Fair, fair, fair.
There we
Yeah,
go.
But he
but
won't prove you right
remember
if you
that
try.
entire scene with Wit telling him is like, "Oh yeah, it's the last time I'll see you.
And
We're
then it
probably
isn't.
not going to see each other."
Maybe
Yeah.
it's his body that he's talking to, not his brain. Because he did leave his body, right?
Well, in a way, his brain also died. It's just now it's now a different brain that's in the shape of Kaladin's brain.
So technically, that was the
What?
last time they saw him. And on which point of view, that's probably the only one that matters.
Maybe,
I,
but like
I guess characters. Adolin.
Aelin, he was
Um.
great. I really loved his arc in this book because like there's
No,
a
and he's
whole build up
disabled
with
now.
him.
He's disabled now. No.
Oh, he'll never regrow the leg because all the stormlight's gone. Oh, guys, by
Yeah.
the way,
Yeah.
we have officially gone on longer than the Way of Kings review.
Yay.
Yeah. Yo, like maybe if he could go back to year Tiru, his leg could be healed. But like year Tiru is in a bubble, right? No one can access it. That's what's being told, right?
Yeah, I think maybe it's being predicted by Navani and the folk.
So, I mean, he
Oh,
will
yeah.
be disabled. Same with Zeth also. He will also be disabled.
Oh, yeah.
Zed,
Zeth lost an hand.
Yeah, he lost
Oh
his
yeah,
arm.
that. Okay, I forgot about that somehow.
I mean, he
Oh yeah,
also
what do
became
you think
famous.
happens to Nightblood after this?
Nightblood,
He'll
he's
be
gonna
taken
stay
with
with
that,
Zed.
right?
I like. Oh, let's talk about Nightblood. I love Nightblood in this book. He was so cool in this book.
Yeah. Also,
And
another
I like
thing,
his
Hey,
Nightblood
arc.
will be
damn.
how, after Zed broke off from his friend, Nightblood will be how he gains his Skybreaker abilities back, right? Because Nightblood said he can do that.
He said
Oh
he'll
yeah,
find a.
Night is so broken if you think about it.
Yeah, I
Yeah, he can
swear.
gain,
Well,
Like
Zed said he'd find a new splen, right?
what?
Zed's gonna find a new splen.
but he could keep
Nah, I don't
Nightblood,
think Zed is gonna find a new friend. I think Zed is
Yeah.
just done with life. Like he had a wife, we know that. He probably has
And
children now.
he'll
Oh, he
probably
doesn't
get a
want to
new
fight. Oh,
splen.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
he might
think
not
his
want to fight
role in the
anymore.
story is done.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
He doesn't want to fight anymore, so he might just not fight. That actually makes a lot of sense.
And
Hmm.
then he married his wife.
And then he makes a book. Yeah, his wife makes the
Yeah,
book. Yeah. Actually, though,
And
and yeah,
okay, so
he's gonna
I
live
don't
a
Nightblood.
remember
life
having it.
peacefully. Yeah.
This is the first book in which the book that the book is named after is written after the book ends.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, true. Because Rhythm
Because
of War and Oathbringer were being written while. No, Oathbringer
while
started production at the end of the book, so you don't know
Oathbringer.
if it was
it
written after.
started production at the end of the book, but it had begun to exist by the time the book ended. Knights of
Yeah.
Wind and Truth only existed 6 years after the book. Like what? Where
Wait,
was the
I,
purpose?
I I can say Rhythm of War was the only book that was being written as the story was being told.
Yeah, it was actually.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's really like
Yeah. Yo, it went.
uh
There's actually a progression. It started from way back before the book started to like before the book
yeah.
started to like right after the book ended to like being written while the book was being made, and then it
Yeah,
went to after. Yeah, yeah,
Yo,
that's
wait, that makes
crazy.
sense.
geez.
Oh, and now the books will now the books will start being written on Earth. Now there's
Yeah.
that's that, and so now so now book seven will just be named after book six, and it's just going to be named after books that were written on Earth. Was book six going to be called The Eye of the World?
Oh yeah. No way. Lift is back in the eye of the world.
Okay.
Oh, and
Education.
actually,
I don't know.
What?
finish Wheel of Time, my boy.
Yeah.
It
Maybe.
gets better. It gets better. We promise. Just push through the slog.
Yeah,
He
but
hasn't even
like
reached this long, bro. He hates it and he hasn't even reached this long. No.
yeah, that's the
He's
thing.
not gonna
See,
do
I'm already at book six, and I forgot the story till like I remember till book three. I don't remember anything from book four, book five, book six, except like some scenes.
Okay,
And
Yeah,
see,
like math and math. Yeah.
your problem is you like speed ran book everything. You just speed ran. You read straight to you. Didn't take
I
any
also did that.
breaks
What?
while you were reading it. Yeah, but see, you have more tolerance for this kind of
yeah,
shit.
Ishan is built different.
Yes, you don't count. But you like speed ran like book one, two, three, four, five, six. If you took more time in between, you would be liking this more. And now you've taken like 20 months, so you can get back.
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe you should
Fine,
just
fine,
like
fine.
what? Maybe you should just like read a summary of books four, five, and six, and then like start
Again.
book seven.
Yeah,
Wait, you're
yeah.
on book
No, no,
six.
no.
Maybe
You
like
need to
read a
finish book six. No, you need to start book. You need to read book six. Still, you
yeah,
haven't
so read a
finished.
summary of book four and five, and then start reading book six, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
fine,
So
fine.
after that, let's get into plot finally, probably.
Yeah,
What else do we
Plot.
got?
I don't think we can. And Shalon's the only
Plot.
character left, right? But we already said most of what we want to say about Shalon, right?
And
Yeah.
characters, we were mostly talking about the arcs. Now we can talk about the big moments. We can talk about the pacing of the book. We can talk about everything.
Hmm.
I don't know if there's anything there. I guess like the best moment for me. What was your favorite moment, like in the book?
Let's do that first, just in
Yeah.
case you.
Uh, Wait, I need to think about this once again.
Yeah. You start off
I'll go
first.
last. I'll go last, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Ishan.
What? Oh, oh no, I'm not ready for this intention. Huh.
Okay, okay.
Great.
For me, there's a couple of contenders for me. Um, so there's a lot. Basically, my first contender is like the Silidon dance. I like that.
Yeah, yeah,
That was
yeah.
That
really
was up.
well. That was the first like really emotional moment in the book for me. I read it and I was floored. I was just like, oh,
Yo,
that's a really well written scene. That's a really well pulled off scene. That is a
Great
beautiful
man, by the
scene
way.
for the character. Okay.
Yeah, it was
Then
great. Yeah.
after that, there's the stuff at the end with Dalinar and Kaladin. Like
Yo, wait.
Dalinar
There's not anything
touching.
with Dan on Dan.
Okay,
oh
You know,
yeah,
there's
Dallin rejecting the power. Yeah, yeah. That's my favorite scene.
that was amazing.
Dude,
yeah,
yeah, the build up to that is crazy.
it's
And
so good.
so Dalinar rejecting the power was awesome. Dalinar talking to Noharon was also amazing dialogue. I love that. Um,
Oh yeah, that was cool.
After that, there's Kaladin's ascension to a herald. But I think my favorite book scene in the book is actually the postlude to the book. I think it's beautiful.
Oh, with collect.
Oh,
Like,
yo,
okay, I'm gonna read something. I'm gonna read something out for you. Give me a minute to find it. It's a parallel between the Way of Kings and Wind and Chroot in terms
Oh,
of the
yo,
final scene, and that is what made
like the
me
prelude and
so.
poster.
No, not the prelude and postlude. Something else. Uh,
Oh,
so it's a parallel between a
it's
very
thrown
scene.
outside.
There's a scene in there's the final conversation between Kaladin and Kalak. It directly references the honor chasm scene with Kaladin and Sil. So
Oh,
first,
yo,
I am going to read out.
oh,
Yeah, I am going to read out the honor chasm. Those men in the bridge crew, Sil whispered. You could help them. Too late. He closed his eyes, thinking of the dead boy earlier in the day. It's too late. I failed. They're dead. They're all gonna die, and there's no way out. What is one more try then? Her voice was soft, yet somehow stronger than the storm. What could it hurt? He paused. You can't fail this time, Kaladin. You said it. They're all gonna die anyway. He thought of the end, and his dead eyes staring upward. I don't know what you mean most of the time when you speak, she said. My mind is so cloudy. But it seems if you're worried about hurting people, you shouldn't be afraid to help the bridgemen. What more could you do to them? I. One more try, Kaladin, Syl whispered. Please. One more try. And then you go to the postlude of the Stormlight Archive. There's nothing
oh,
there's nothing left, Kalak said. The world is doomed.
yo,
We have failed. Everyone on Roshar is as good as dead. Then what harm is there, Kaladin,
in
in
one
trying
more
one
time.
more time?
yo,
Everything
No,
is
that's so good.
already doomed. I
damn,
one one more try, Kaladin whispered. Just once more. That is so. I, the second
yo,
I read that scene, I was like, oh, look at that. That's beautiful. I love that because the honor chasm is literally one of my favorite scenes in all of fiction. And
Yo, that's
I've
great.
read that. I have read that scene enough times to be able to pinpoint, like, okay, that's that's beautiful. Oh
yo,
shit,
That's
Kaladin
cool.
said the thing. Kaladin said the thing.
yo,
Yo, that's so good, bro. I kind of recognized that because he's like one more try, and I was like pinpoint that to the cast, but I didn't realize it was that similar, bro. No way.
yo, no, I didn't realize that. That's crazy. Damn.
See, I'm just too deep into the honor chasm. It's just like
Also,
one of my.
yeah, another one of my favorite scenes was Tan fighting back.
Oh my, that was beautiful. That was
That
really
was so
beautiful.
good,
Yeah,
bro. Like, oh my god.
dude, the Ash like commentating on that fight was crazy.
Yeah, and then she's like, "You should have never come here, bro." It was so good.
Yeah,
You came, you came for the broken. Nah, look who's here, and then a wall just walks up and beats the shit out of all of you.
Bro,
yeah,
That was a
dude, that was beautiful.
that
should I
was
tell you my favorite moment?
yes.
Yeah,
With telling, what was it? The Way of Kings Prime to Dalinar. No,
That
it's not Way
wasn't
of
Way
Kings
of
Prime.
King's Pride. That was Dragon Steel.
It was
That's Dragon Steel.
Dragon Steel Prime to Dalinar. Yo, it was so good, bro.
I
what?
swear, when I was hitting that scene, so you know the
With
scene,
telling
you
the
know,
story to
like the
Dalinar.
story it was telling to Dalinar. the stories Wit was telling to Dalinar,
Like
Yeah,
when
like
he
yeah,
told
yeah.
him,
before.
yeah,
So that story is the plot of Dragon Steel Prime.
Oh, or like
It's
the
the
boy who
the
ran
teaching.
away.
original version of Dragon.
Oh, yeah, losing an unlosable game
Hmm.
or some shit, right?
Yeah, the boy who ran away, but his decisions never mattered. Oh,
Oh, damn. She.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
And
that was so
like
good.
I was reading that. I was like, oh wait, what is that? I've heard of that before. And then I realized, oh, I've seen that plot described in like a recap video of Dragons in Prime. I was like, oh shit. I'm actually planning on reading all of the Sanderson Curiosities sometime this year after boards. So
Yeah.
yo.
yeah, that. So we all have really good picks.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom firing
My
back.
pick is
Yours
the
was
best.
pretty close to it. And then mine's was okay, yeah.
No, Rishikesh's was Dalinar renouncing his odds
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah.
because that
I
was
mean,
like
it
that
is
acted as like
close. Yeah, it's between Tan fighting back or Dalinar renouncing his oath. I'm not really sure.
No, it's two down
okay.
hours and one paladin. Oh,
No, the thing about Dalinar renouncing his oaths is just that it adds that much more of a. It's just the thematic conclusion to the book. Just the whole book, I told
yeah.
you already. It's like it's about finding more depth in stuff like honor and stuff like the law and morality, because morality is more than just an external thing like oaths or the law. Honor is in the end um, completely morality, because that I am the law. I decide what is moral. I go by my own code of justice, and that in the end that is what Dalinar did. Because at the beginning, you see Dalinar, he's still stuck with the odds. He's willing to sacrifice kingdoms for just to maintain his ode to Diano the mink. And then by the end of the book, you see
But
he
he's
now,
done.
yeah, and he's finally letting like the power of honor mature in by letting
Yeah.
it, so that it can finally realize that there is more to honor than odds,
Yeah,
letting
that was
it
the
do that.
entire backstory, right? That was the entire of Tanavast's backstory. But the odes aren't all be all end all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
One, two,
that's
three,
so
five.
Dalner renouncing his odds is just the perfect thematic conclusion to the book. That's what I drew from it. At least, I mean, I don't know if there's any way it can be read differently,
Yo,
but
did you
yeah,
guys notice when the time became 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
No.
No.
I
Wait.
don't, but I will.
Damn.
Yeah.
So, what else in plot? Okay. Uh,
Yo, also, one other favorite moment when Kaladin wakes up and he's like, honor is dead, but I'll see what I can do.
okay. A lot of people are a lot of people are calling that cheesy. They're like, haha, that's so
Yeah.
cheesy. No, I love it. I loved
No,
it.
Bro,
it
it's so
It's
felt
mad
kind of
good.
cheesy. It felt kind of cheesy. Not
I
gonna
yeah.
know,
lie.
but it's like a parallel. That's my favorite part of
I
book two. I don't care if it's
I,
cheesy, bro.
yeah, I don't hate it, but it didn't feel
Yeah,
serious.
yeah.
It felt
Okay,
serious
I
to me.
understand. Yeah, I understand how it felt like it was it? It didn't feel like the right moment for that. But just that parallel back to book two, and then you see how he becomes a herald. Yo, it was so good, bro.
Oh yeah.
Now it connects back to him
You
being
see,
a herald while being a parallel to book two. So good.
oh yeah,
That was
Yeah,
the
I know.
moment I
Yeah, yeah.
noticed he was gonna. That was the
plus
moment I
now in
noticed he was gonna become a herald. So that's why it's also nice.
yeah. And like in Words of Radiance, he's stepping up to save Aedlin. He's doing that to save Aedlin. Now he's stepping up for the good of all of Roshar, and more
Yeah,
minorly the good of Zed, so that he doesn't have to bear the pain of being a hero.
Oh
Because all
yeah.
Zed wants is to be able to stop fighting, and
yeah.
Kaladin gave that to
Yeah.
him.
Yo.
So I'm happy. I'm very happy with that scene, and I think it just works. I think it worked for me. For a lot of people, it didn't work, but for me, that scene really worked.
I do understand the problems with that scene though, because yeah,
I
Yeah.
it
can
does
No.
feel a bit
understand,
out of
but
place.
for me, it hit. I can see how other people it doesn't work. For me,
Yeah,
it
that's why
hit.
I mentioned it. That's why I mentioned it. It hit very well for me.
Oh, another thing, when Dalinar said, "I call that a bargain," I don't remember in what context, but he said, "I call that a bargain,"
Oh
and
yeah,
I
yeah,
loved it.
yeah. No, it
Isn't that
was
from book
like,
one?
oh yeah, all your no, he said Dalana's life was meaningless. Like Retribution called Dalana's life meaningless, and then he goes, "I traded this meaningless life for centuries of planning, and that's a good bargain." And dude, that was so cool.
Yo, was that a
I
reference
call
back
that.
to book one?
That is no, that's why I remember it. That is, it is very much.
Yeah,
Oh, yo, book one
that was
though.
the last words Dalinar said. After that, he like disappeared.
People call that cheesy too, and I'm like, you people call anything cheesy? Go away.
Yeah,
I didn't notice it was a pair though. So.
wow. No,
I
those were Dalinar's last words.
Oh,
maybe
damn. That's
see Rishikesh. I mean, see Ishan. The people who did a reread noticed it, but the people who didn't didn't. So this is why you should reread.
I mean, I noticed the Calvin one. So.
Reread.
Yeah, but the Kaladin one
And the
is
people who
super.
did, yo, the people who did notice it called it cheesy. So like, I'm fine with experiencing it for the first
See,
time.
see, see. But they disagree with us, so they're wrong.
Yeah,
True.
I'm kidding. If you disagree with us, you're not wrong.
you
What?
are.
You're
Oh, cool. I totally
you're
knew
only
that.
you're not objectively wrong. You're just wrong in our eyes. But that doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're irrelevant. Doesn't matter.
I'm kidding. But like, if you disagree with us, good for you. I see your criticisms, but to that I say, me like book. Bye bye.
Wow.
I'm very good with words, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
Words of
else?
radiance.
Oh, yo.
I will protect those who cannot protect themselves.
I
What?
affected those who I hate if it is right.
So long as it
It's
is
true.
right.
Continue.
I
Rishikesh,
accept there
continue.
will be those who I cannot protect.
Um, um,
58 year, come
I,
on. I will protect myself so that I may live to protect others.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't remember any of those.
You don't remember the fifth one. Okay.
I remember the first one.
Yeah, okay, yeah. True, okay. Good enough. Okay, then say the first one. None of us have said that one.
Uh, um, no, wait. Life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination. Yes.
That's like the one
Yo.
everyone remembers. God damn it.
You got it.
Everyone
You
knows
got it.
that.
You got that one.
Eh,
Let's go.
yeah, 1 out of 5.
One out
Oh no,
of.
I remember the fourth one because it was in our ninth grade class. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
right
yeah.
behind me.
Oh yeah,
It was the
I was just like,
spoilers, right?
Yeah,
do not look back, Rishikesh. Do not
yeah,
look
yeah,
back. And then you.
And now I already read that, and I was like, "What's this? What book is this?"
yeah.
I thought it was the third book too. Yo.
See, I drew that when I thought nobody in the class was going to read Stormlight, and I got this guy too. So then,
Yeah. Thank you though
for what?
Yeah.
for getting me into Stormlight.
Same.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
you're
Thank you for
funny,
getting me
Tom.
into One Piece. Thank you for getting me into One
Yo.
Piece.
Mm.
Not for Inheritance Cycle, but One Piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fine, fine, fine.
Yeah. We should take the thank you back for the inheritance cycle. Yo,
Uh,
we're just keep
So what do we have left?
in terms of plot, let's talk about the pacing of the book. I think the pacing, a lot of the time, I think the pacing in like Kaladin, Dalinar, Aerilyn's plot lines and Shallan's and everything was really good. Rest of it, it's fine, but I think the pacing was really great. I think the 10-day format just really lent itself to the pacing really well.
Yeah. The 10-day format was so hype.
Yeah, oh, it's so good. It was done very well for the length of the book and the pacing, making it 10 days was very well done.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Let's talk about the end of day eight. Let's talk about the end of day eight, which is another one of my absolute favorite moments in the whole book. That's
Uh,
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 that's like,
oh, Dalinar escaping.
yeah, it's like
Oh,
that is one of my. I like it begins with him beating up Elokar again, and it's really effective how he can just like recontextualize that scene from Way of Kings, which was once one of my
yeah.
favorites. and now he's completely recontextualized it to the point where I'm not like hell yeah, Talon. I'm like no, Talon, what the
Oh
hell, stop.
shit, yeah.
So
Also,
So,
next,
Gavin or becoming Elhokar, that was so sad.
oh, it
oh
was so good.
my, and then immediately after he's with Evie, and then like the first thing he does, he just slaps an ace. That was fun.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But I just think that whole ending scene, and then finally he just goes to Stormfather and he's like,
There
"Let's
can
Oh,
be no
finish it."
yeah.
misunderstanding.
And
Yeah.
then finally the Tanavast. Oh my God! I remember when you were reading that scene. I just
Oh,
had my
yeah.
I had my hand over the day and night ring. You were, and I'm like, okay, you done with the interlude, and you're like, uh huh. And then I opened my hand and you saw Tanavast. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
was
first time I
crazy.
saw that, yeah, the first time I saw that, I was like, new character? Whoa.
Oh, that's it.
And then it was like, oh, was it the capital letters? I'm like, oh, Stormfather, he's arrived.
Yo.
Oh God. Technically, we have two flashbacks in this book.
Yeah, that's it. Yo. And both of them are
Oh,
good compared to the bad one previously.
yeah.
After that,
Hmm.
then there's also like what do you call it?
Book
Oh,
9.
okay. Let's talk about the
Maybe.
interludes.
Yo, there's like 18 or something, right?
Yeah, probably.
18. Wait, it's
Caravan. Okay.
like 9. 9 into 2. 18. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
9 to 3. And, oh, wait, is it 2?
Mhm.
Yeah, 2. Okay.
Pretty sure
So,
it's
like,
2.
I think
yeah.
I think Caravanchian is just now my favorite Cosmere villain. He's so well written, and because of all those interludes, he's just elevated even higher. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
that's
That one interlude where he, like,
he
so,
destroyed.
destroys.
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, dude. That was
And
so
then at
cool.
the end of the book, where you see that his family's still alive. Yo.
Oh, yeah.
But
Dalinar was right. That was so cool.
so in terms of uh, villains, I think Talibanjan is like all of those interludes were just jaw dropping. It was
Oh, yeah,
so
dude. Those one-page interludes were crazy. They have so much. They're so
aura.
intimidating. Yeah.
Right after that, you know what we have? We have, I don't remember what we were talking about before I paused the recording.
I think we
Uh,
just finished pacing, right? We just finished it.
yeah, yeah.
We just,
We're done with
okay.
all the. I think we're done with plot, honestly.
Yeah.
Not, okay. Maybe there's a couple other moments. Um,
Can you
we
think of them,
barely
you know?
about Adeline's whole plot, honestly. I think all the tension and build up, it kind of reminded me of Well of Ascension with all the like the tension and build up. So world building, I think this book actually did a whole lot for the world building. Like there is so much. Like first of all, everything with the
Yeah.
spiritual realm, we get so much, and then after that we
But that
get
was kind of
Thanos.
boring, honestly.
Mm, Man, I mean,
Like
it's like I expected something batshit crazy like Shadesmar, but we just got visions. I'm sure there's
the
something more than
idea,
that.
yeah. The idea of the spiritual realm was kind of bad, honestly. Just that it's like you can see like any
Yeah.
memory.
I feel like there's more beyond that, but we'll see in the
Yeah.
future, probably.
But the spiritual realm we saw wasn't that cool, honestly.
Also, like, is the spiritual realm now different because like Odium absorbed Honor's power?
I doubt
And
it. I don't think the shard of the planet will really influence the spiritual realm.
no, because it was
Yeah.
Honor's power that was in the spiritual realm, right? And it was like,
Was it honor or was it just pure investiture?
no, it
It was
was
probably
Honor.
I think it was honor, right?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So that means
It
both
might
Odium and honor are in there?
it
Yeah.
that's because it was storm. We know it was pure investiture because the radiants were able to breathe it in, so it had stormlight signature. It had the rhythm of honor.
Just because the radiance could
Yeah,
breathe
yeah.
in, couldn't it be investiture also? Because investiture is also
No, but radiants can only breathe in investiture key to the rhythm of honor.
okay, okay. Also, that's why they can
Because
use Tower of
Ooh.
now they
And that's why
can't
they can
use
use Rhythm of
warlight.
War. No, some of them can, right?
And
Like Renarin. That's why.
Oh,
oh yeah.
yeah.
I'm imagining. Okay, can you split warlight into? Honor and Stormlight and Lifelight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you can.
Yeah,
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 but
but like
this is like
Stormlight and Lifelight are just the gaseous forms of the shard's body, whereas you see like what do you call it?
That is the real body.
As vanadium
The solid body.
are the solid. So it could work. It could very well work. I think that but they need to get
they need to get
Navani
Explosion.
back.
smarter.
They
Yeah,
Oh
need to
yeah.
yeah.
get Navani back.
Hey, why? Tower Light will still be there, right?
Yeah, but
The,
no. They need Navani because she's smart.
Okay, yeah. Yo, but like, would it also
Yes,
cause an explosion if you split them up? Would it also cause an explosion?
no.
Like, it's not unstable,
probably
right?
not.
But like,
Probably not.
ruin and preservation are opposites. That's why it causes the explosion. But honor and cultivation aren't opposites, so it's fine. So it doesn't cause that big of a explosion, right? It
Or
won't cause
maybe
an
if it
explosion.
does, they can like funnel it into two different components. They can funnel it
Yeah,
into like.
Oh,
Cool. Okay, wait. What if they got their hands on like Tanavastium and like burned it? Could that
yeah.
work in some way?
Maybe it'll
That
give
could
you
work.
like,
uh,
maybe it'll give you the powers of a herald if you burn ten Vastium. That's like what the
yo,
honor
Mm,
plates
no.
are.
That would be so
Honor plates are
broken.
made. Honor plates are made of Tanavast, right? So it might be similar.
y- yeah, they are made
Oh,
of Tanavastium. Okay, but like, okay, let's talk about the rest of the world building stuff. Uh,
Yeah,
so
fine.
in terms of
uh,
other than that, like so much of the history was just revealed to us in this book alone.
Yeah,
Plus, we got to
exactly.
see something that might have been Odium's perpendicularity from Venli's
oh,
perspective.
it was Odium's perpendicularity. The one
But
where
now it's
Bentley
gone, right?
found.
Now it's gone, right?
It's gone now, probably, unless it just
Wait,
pulled up to become Retribution's
no, no.
perpendicular.
Wait, Bentley found Odium's perpendicularity, and uh, that turned into Retribution's perpendicularity,
No,
right?
it disappeared. It disappeared. It didn't turn into it. It disappeared, right?
Probably.
Oh. But no, remember like the last Venli chapter, they found like a new, they found Warlight, and they're like, oh yeah, it grows food, we will survive,
Hey, it was actually Warlight. Oh,
Yeah.
right?
I thought there was no point in showing that, but okay, so it actually is
Yeah, no,
like
I guess that's like showing the future of Roshan.
it's actually Taravangium.
What?
That's the metal, right? Taravangium.
That,
Or
I, yes.
or Taravangianium.
Yeah,
No, it can't be Taravangium.
Odium.
Could be,
No,
no.
they don't take the name of the shards, right? Wait, so it could be Retributium, right?
Yeah.
I hope it's not. I hope it's not.
What else is it
Taravangium.
gonna be?
Taravangium sounds way better.
Oh, what if it's just Warium?
Oh, like Warlight.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it could be
Uh,
Tenorasium. Tenorasium.
That is
oh, that sounds cool.
my
What?
favorite. Yeah, that's my favorite ship.
Yo.
Yo, wait. So like life, was it Tower Light would actually be, or is it Corvellium Tanabastium? Because that's an actual ship.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Also,
Oh,
we don't know the siblings' gender, right?
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
we do. It's gender neutral. It's they them.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
Hey, what gender is the Night Watcher?
We don't know.
It's
Probably she. It's been personified as she by Dalinar before, I
it's a
think.
female, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
In in Oathbringer.
like its mother.
See, Ishan, you need to do rereads.
No. Why would I want to know the Night Watcher's gender?
But like,
Where
yeah.
were
Then
we?
world
World
building.
building. And
Oh
talk about the
yeah.
Yeah,
spiritual
there
and how much of an
was
impact it
so
had
much.
on the history.
See, like Rhythm of War was more like was very impactful, like magic system wise world building, and then now when Intro just expanded on everything. Oh, so we know about Shinovar. That was like the one of the gray
Oh
areas
yeah.
that we didn't know about in Rosiar.
Yeah, now we
That's
know
fun.
like most so much about Shinoa. It's actually like
Yeah, it's just art. That's fun.
yo. One thing that's interesting is like you see like people talk about the war between Parshmen and humans in like the previous books. And it seemed like there's like a point where it happened. But when you see the history, it was like more like a gradual thing. There was never a moment where they fully became against each other. It's more gradual. Gradually, they resented each other, right?
True,
Oh
true.
yeah.
No, I don't like. Just
Oh
go
yeah,
back, go
yeah.
back,
I'm
go back.
talking about Persian. What happened? Okay.
Go,
Just put it
continue,
into
continue.
pacing.
Talking about Persian. Remember that one Persian named L?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Oh,
barely had anything
he
to
was
do with
there.
this
He was
book.
there in the factory.
Yeah, but he
Oh
didn't
yeah,
do
he
shit.
was. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he was like Yezera. Yes, what that dude.
Yeah, Yazidion's friend. Yeah, yeah, that's most likely.
Yeah,
That's a
that
big
was
fan.
Yeah, that dude's counterpart, right?
counterpart.
Yeah.
Oh, so like
Yeah.
he'd be like, but aren't the handmaids supposed to be the parallel to like the heralds?
No, but like I supposedly I think from what I think is happening, Yezera and L were like actually friends, and then as they started fighting each other, they went on different sides, and now
They're like
like
the
They're
leaders of
still
each side.
friends. I think they're still friends. They were still friends. Maybe they just took different sides in the war for their
yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah, because like
Maybe.
all the fused, I think even are scared of him, right?
Oh shit, we should talk about Baido Mishran. But yeah, the fuse
Oh,
are scared. Yeah, Baido Mishra, man.
yo,
Yo,
I
see
love this.
Bado.
I'm very happy now that Baido Mishram has been released because we knew next to nothing about her before this book because
true, true.
only like the most hardcore Cosmere fans knew a lot about her, and I was not one of those people. So now
Yeah.
we know about her, and that's cool.
Also, another
I'm
thing,
like
like in the ending of the first book, Tanavast is like Odium killed me. But like we see how much influence Odium had in actually killing him. Because not only did he straight up murder Tanavast, but you also saw how he like planned Tanavast's death to make the power rejected. So like he basically
Oh
did
yeah,
kill him in every part. Every part of it. His death was planned by Odium.
yo.
And the actual death also.
No, I don't think it's more of like planning. It's more like just happened. It was like the flow
Like
of
he never
time.
really
that is
planned for honors to power to break him. It just happened.
it just
The
happened probably.
yeah, yeah. Because like I'm pretty sure both of them see the same possibilities, right?
So he could have figured out that honor was like against him because yeah, that was like mostly Tanvas realizing that
Yeah.
because like yeah, you wouldn't really know that Rage was against was you wouldn't really know that honor was going against Tanvas or Tanvas was going against honor's power, right?
Oh yeah,
On
yeah,
the outside, so what probably was just love,
yeah. The flow of calamity.
the flow,
Yeah, I heard what you
positive
guys
and
were talking
negative
about.
flow,
Definitely, definitely.
the spin.
Yeah, yeah.
What was the topic while I was gone?
The flow of
Um,
calamity.
yes, positive and negative forces,
Uh huh. Well, I think we should
gravity.
get it. I think
Yeah,
this is a good.
gravity.
Yeah,
I think this is a good point to get into Cosmere spoilers overall.
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
finally,
So,
let's go.
if you
Finally.
if you want to skip to the final conclusion that we draw after the Cosmere spoilers, I will put up a timestamp. Rishikesh, hold up your hand, like do right here.
Sure. Right. Right.
There we
You're.
go.
It's right.
So yeah, there'll be a
Yeah.
timestamp. If you can't find it, just it's in the description.
Yeah.
There's also our merch.
Maybe.
We have so much merch. We don't have any merch, but let's. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You gone?
Man, you should have
Are
done
you
this
gone?
5 seconds ago, so then it would have matched up with the 149 timer, you know?
You're
What?
gone, right? Okay, good. They are gone. Okay, so the epilogue of the goddamn book took place on Scadrial.
Yo, that was like, yeah.
Oh
That
yeah.
It's like right
Wit
before that.
working for
swear,
dude. Also,
wax.
another thing. Yeah, yeah. Remember, like, no, the moment with uh, like gained his senses in Scadrial, he stopped thinking of himself as Wit. Or no?
Yeah.
Yes,
No?
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah, exactly. And he's like Wit, no, Hoyd.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
do you
yeah.
think he has like a connection with the planet?
Wait, what?
No,
He's not
no.
canonically
I think
wit?
he's
Yeah.
not. That's what I've been saying this whole
No.
time, Ishan.
But in chess, he calls himself Wit. No.
Because he's
What?
on Roshar. He's telling the story to Rosharans.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So he's not Wit. Oh, my head canon's gone
So
now.
wit is only wit in Roshar, right?
Wit is
Yeah,
only within Roshar.
everywhere
Because
else is horse.
it's because Wit is a title. It's not his name. It's like the king's Wit.
Yeah, but
I
like
mean, he
everyone
lost that
knows him
position.
as wit.
He lost that position after breaking up with Yasna, anyways. So
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless he goes back and now he's just oh Gavnor won't ever be king now because Renar is just like
Oh yeah.
democracy.
yeah, yo,
No,
yeah.
dude. And you know what the thing was? Wit warned Dalinar of democracies in like the first few days. Remember, Dalinar was like, most other planets don't have to face with like a god of destruction or whatever. And then Wit goes, "Oh, you're lucky you don't have um
A bad mana.
something something with democracy."
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh yeah,
Oh
crowd-funded campaigns."
Yeah.
yeah, yo, it's crazy.
Crowdfunding campaign. I don't think Sanderson is one to be negative about crowdfunding campaigns, considering that he has the highest funded crowdfunding campaign of all time.
Yeah.
It was something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yo,
it was
that's
something. Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, okay. So, like day one and day two was just jam packed with so many Cosmere references. It's insane because
Absolutely.
like
Wit especially.
all the Wit especially, he just name drops Sayzed so many times.
Yo, yeah, he
Oh
was
yeah.
name dropping my boy. And then that scene where he's talking about was it Kelsier giving up the power?
Can't believe he
No, that
just
was
said
not
this.
Calcius. That's not
It was
Calcius. That's Wind, right?
that's my headcanon. It's Kelsier.
Oh,
Wait,
and at
wasn't
the
it?
end of the book, and at the end of the book, there's so much Kelsier too with the whole
Yeah,
discussion.
Shalon, yeah. Wait,
Yeah. There's one scene of Calcius. It's a
wait,
lot.
was it confirmed that it was
Storm,
Vin or Kelsier? Which one
What?
was
no,
he talking about?
the beginning it was Vin. It was Vin because she gave up the power in
Yeah,
the
Wind
well,
gave up the power. The power
So did Kelsier.
rejected Calcius.
the power rejected Kelsier.
No, Kelsier gave it up because he's like, I could hold on to it. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. The power did reject Kelsier because he rejected Kelsier and went to win. So yeah.
Yeah, and plus, Wit doesn't like Calcius, so Wit wouldn't talk
No,
about
he
it.
still praised Kelsier. He will still praise Kelsier, I'm pretty sure, right?
No,
Will he?
He did at one point, right?
with praising
I
Kelsier would be like with praising Sadius. No, not happening.
okay.
No,
Yeah.
the first time he
Um,
with Ned Kelsier, he's like, you did your part, but you
the
shouldn't be there
first
now,
time,
right?
but
Oh
now
yeah,
he
yeah.
hates Kelsier.
Yeah, he
Oh
was
wait,
like, you
wait.
did your part.
Kelsier might be the only, like one of the few people who are not shards to know Wit's actual name.
Horde. Really?
No, that's not his actual
Safandrius.
name. Yeah, exactly. It's
No.
either Cypantrius or it's Midius or it's something. It's still unclear,
Oh
and
no,
that
remember when like Wit was talking to ATM in the prison? 80 in the prison.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
oh, yeah.
Safandrius, damn."
Yeah, okay. Then it's
Oh, does he?
definitely. Oh,
Kelsier also calls him Septandrius, right?
Does he?
Someone said, oh, Septandrius, why are you here? Something like that,
oh,
right? Who said that?
Where?
It wasn't a shard. It was someone being like, Septandrius.
Wait, in this book,
Frost, Frost. It was Frost. It was Frost. Frost.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Frost.
No,
Frost. In the Way of Kings, the letters between wit to wit in the epigraphs.
yeah. It
Remember?
was to a dragon.
Oh. Wait, I
And
thought
the
that was
dragon.
between Wit and Harmony.
No, that
That
was in
was in Words of
Word of Radiance. Yeah.
Radiance. Word of Radiance. Yeah. So,
Oh.
so the dragon he was sending to is Frost, and Frost shows up in Isles of the Ember Dark.
And
Yo.
Rick also mentions Frost in book 5.
He does?
Hmm. He does. Yeah. Remember, he was
Oh, is
talking
that
to.
Valor?
No, no,
Oh yeah,
no.
he mentioned
Valor.
Valor.
Yeah. Oh, we
He's
no,
like,
no,
we
no.
should go look for Valor.
Yeah, yeah.
No, no. He mentioned Rishikesh. He mentioned Frost when he was talking about like how he found out the loophole in the Contest of
Yeah.
Champions agreement.
He's like, I
He
needed an expert
contacted
person
Frost.
on laws. And yeah.
He went to Frost.
Oh.
No, so then he went to Frost's sister, and Frost's sister was like, "Yeah, sure."
Who's Frost?
It's a
Dragon.
dragon in that's in Eyes of the Emberdark.
And also
Oh.
eventually going to be in Dragon Steel, I believe.
Oh yeah, also a wit can like go to a realm where the previous dragons like help him or some shit, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
That's crazy, bro.
Like that's how he found out Dalinar was like a genius.
Yeah, yeah. The dragons can't get rid of him from that realm, right? That's what he
Oh
said.
yeah, it's with a dragon.
No,
He's
he's a
from the
different.
dragon planet, but he's not a dragon, right?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. He's from the
Oh
Oh,
planet
no.
where dragons originate, but he's not a dragon. I think the
Yo,
only
being half
only
dragon would be sick though.
eh, how would a half dragon work? Oh, okay, no, that would work. But
Dragon King.
shapeshift, yeah.
hmm,
ReZero. Oh,
what?
ReZero, Dragon King.
I'm I'm
It's in
cutting
a
that
light
up.
novel.
Okay,
Why
Yo,
is
but
it ReZero? Huh?
okay. After that, there's also God. Okay. Oh yeah. Prologue. He just mentions Vasher by name, Gavilar, and then Kelsier just shows up. That was insane.
Yeah.
oh
Oh, the
yeah, dude, the
prologue.
prologue was crazy.
I know. Yo, it
Prologue
shows
was
all
one
the
of the
other
best.
four
No,
prologues.
yeah, it was. I think that
Yeah.
might be. I think that's my second favorite prologue of all time.
Yo,
Oh, I
here's my
think it
theory.
might be my favorite because
Yeah.
we know Vasher created Void Light for Gavilar.
Yeah, that is
Oh,
insane.
Yeah,
no.
that's how Gavilar got Void Light. That's you.
That's crazy.
That
Yo.
is.
Also, here's a
My God.
theory, okay? Book six's prologue will be Yezreel's POV of the Gavilar's death. And
No, no. Okay, it's been confirmed that it won't be Gavilar's death anymore in the prologues. It'll be a different.
no!
It'll be a different.
How could they do that to Yezreel?
Oh,
Imagine if it's different perspectives of the formation of retribution or something.
Or it's a different king's death.
oh yeah. Oh,
Eurythru
what if
king dies.
Aiden Alzium's dead.
yo?
Nah, that's not happening until Dragonsteel.
Yo, it could be. Like the current king of Eurythru, because they like elected him from democracy or something, he dies, and that's the prologues.
I mean, sure.
Because
I
currently he's
don't
an
think he's gonna
unnamed
do that.
character. No, because
Yeah.
currently he's an unnamed character, so it doesn't matter if he dies or not.
Oh, what if it's Sebarial?
No, I don't want Sibarial to
Oh,
live.
no,
Sibarial
he
should
like he
live.
could be the king. He could be the king.
No, I think
No.
he's gonna
Oh,
die of old age.
yeah, maybe Renan
No.
could become the king.
No, he's no.
Who could be the king though?
They won't be
Like,
king, they'll be
Kaladin.
elected.
Oh
yo,
yeah. Oh, remember when like at the start of the book before Kaladin left, Dalinar gave him like um the
Oh,
thing.
yeah, and then
oh
he
my god.
wears it.
Yeah. The flag or something.
Like the
Yeah, yeah.
cloak.
The
It's like the
cloak,
crown
yeah.
and the something.
The
The crown
tower,
and
the
the
crown,
Yeah.
and the
crown.
spear. The
Yeah,
And
the
crown.
so
tower, the
since
crown, and the crown.
Dalinar is now dead and Navani is in
He
like in a
must.
coma, Kaladin is king.
No, but he can't be the king because he's in the spiritual. So I think Lopin's
Okay.
gonna be the king.
Well,
Yeah, Aggie, it could be
No, no.
Lopin
hey,
being king.
Gancho,
That's like,
first order of business. Chowta is now the official food of Yuritiru.
bro. Like, imagine though, like the foreshadowing.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I have another doubt. How did Moash die?
he didn't die.
Hmm?
What happened to him?
He just ran away like the coward.
He's yeah.
So he's still a character.
Yeah,
He's still a character. Yeah.
Oh,
bro. What Calvin killed Moash at the beginning of book six?
yeah, honestly.
No, no, no.
Oh,
Gonna come back at the end of book six, and then in book 10 there'll be the final confrontation, and it's like, Kaladin, I will finally kill you, and then he's just had a stab stuck through him, and he's dead now.
Yeah,
It makes me
yo,
smile
and
just thinking about it. Really,
yeah, Moash
hmm.
is dead to me so hype.
Oh yeah, in
everyone.
like arc two of Stormlight, I'm pretty sure like Kaladin is gonna help all the heralds, right? And the
Yeah,
heralds are gonna coach him on how to fight. And then
yo,
at the
he
end
might
of
show him
like
that.
arc two,
He might show him the herald power that Nalon used against Kaladin.
oh yeah. And then at the by the end of arc two, Kaladin is gonna become the champion, and then he's gonna kill everyone.
Yo,
Champion of what? The wind. The wind is just like yes, Cal. Oh,
the
okay.
Wind's
So the whole
champion.
thing with
Yeah.
the whole thing with Night of Wind just completely reminded me of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yo.
Because in Sonic, there's like a song called "Night of the Wind," and there's also a line of dialogue in
Oh.
Sonic in a Black Knight, which is like, uh, "Who is your master?" And it's like, I have no master but the wind that blows free. Very well, Sonic, Knight of the Wind." And I'm like, now when I'm reading this, whenever
Yo.
Paladin in the Epic Times is just called the Knight of Wind, I'm just like, that's a Sonic the Hedgehog reference.
Yeah,
Yo. Also, it's been 2 hours.
It's
yeah,
been 2 hours. Yeah, this is gonna end up being longer than the Wheel of Time review.
Yo.
yo. Imagine Calvin is the Knight of Rain. Then it's a JoJo's reference.
I don't. Is that a
Uh,
spoiler, Shikesh, for like JoJo's?
nah.
It's Catch the Rainbow, bro. Like no one even cares about Catch the Rainbow.
Okay, after this, what else we got? Okay, Cosmere.
That we did
Uh,
Cosmo.
Oh, Reason. We know. That's the final shard. Reason. Eurytrius.
There's a show called
what?
Reason.
His name is Eurytrius.
Oh god.
Oh, yo, you read it was named
Damn.
after him?
No, no,
No, crazy.
probably not. I don't think so. Is it?
Oh,
Okay,
wait, he's the
hold
one
on.
who's hiding, right?
He's the one who's hiding. Yeah, the survival
Oh,
shard.
Yo, imagine competition between Harmony and Retribution.
yo.
Oh my god! And then Wax just shows up and he's like, "Hey,
I am
Harmony,
Harmony's hand.
swords." He's
Oh,
Harmony's
oh, do
sword.
you think in Stormlight Arc 2, Vax versus the
No,
Blackstone
no,
is gonna happen?
not gonna happen. First of all, that would be kind of cheap because it's just like, oh, Wax just shows up, because then there is like no hope of like being able to read Stormlight alone. You have to read
Also, wouldn't
every.
Vax be dead by that time?
He would be
80
dead by
years would
that
have
time.
passed.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
exactly. And at that point, Era 3 will be taking place. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Yo, oh yeah. Oh, you think Stormlight was it Arc 2 could be like having references in Arc 3 on this point?
yeah,
yeah, yeah, definitely.
it.
Dude, oh yeah, I was rereading Rhythm of War, and I swear to God, there was a reference to Wax. It was like, I think it was one of the
No,
letters
yeah,
to
yeah. It's
Harmony.
just like Harmony is saying like, oh, I have a sword now. I have been picking
Yeah,
out
yeah, yeah,
sword.
yeah.
Oh,
That I
I
saw
found a
that.
candidate for a
I,
sword or some shit.
I saw
oh
that.
wait, so
That
that's
was
like
insane.
oh, because that
Yeah,
fits in the
that was so
timeline, right? Because it's
unexpected.
only because book 5 is only 10 days, so in that time, Harmony could have like picked out the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Could have made it. Oh, yo, that's crazy.
Oh, no, Wind and Tooth happened before.
No, no. He was picking out his sword. That's in Rhythm of War. That's in Rhythm of War.
Yeah, it's
So
like
he was
after
already
Yo, the
Winter.
finding the sword
foreshadowing.
within. So.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Eh,
any more Cosmo stuff?
hmm,
Any more Cosmere stuff?
hmm.
I don't know. Really.
I love Sonic. I love Sonic the Hedgehog really. Okay, let's talk about what this means for the future of Stormlight Arc 2. What do you think will happen in Arc 2?
Oh, Kaladin and Lift are gonna be friends, and then it's gonna show Lift's
Uh,
backstory. Because each book, Kaladin makes friends, becomes friends, or like is in the same like place as the person whose backstory is going on. Like book 1 was Kaladin, book 2
except
was
Yeah,
Lift.
yeah.
Oathbringer, he wasn't with Dalinar most of the
He
book. He
helped
wasn't.
Dal, bro. He was really with Dalinar while he's protecting Dalinar in the battle.
Oathbringer. Oh, in the battle, but like most of the book, he was out in Kholinar.
Yes, like
I
before,
mean,
and also
yeah.
especially book 5.
So okay, no, book 6, Kaladin and Lift are gonna be the same age. No,
What?
Lift is gonna be a year older than Kaladin
What?
And Gavin is gonna be 10 years older.
because of time
In
dilation.
Canada.
Because every 10 months, like 10 years, like for like the people on Ashin, 10 months, 10 years will pass on Roshar.
Not Shin.
Dude, what?
I mean
Yeah,
Ashen.
Well, people
Blaze.
on Braze.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Wait,
Wait,
what?
so
What's the called?
Kaladin X Lift is a possible ship.
Yeah, it is
I will
Kaladin.
end you. I will end
Lifted
you.
lift.
You people can't help but ship everything. You're disgusting. What the hell?
No,
Stop.
no,
People people are
it's
already Canada.
possible.
It's not enough. It's not happening, man.
What?
Kaladin with
Why?
what?
Why those two? They have
Janarana.
no interaction at all.
Yeah, but people find no way. But shippers find a way. So stop, all of you
Oh
who
wait,
think you can ship.
actually though, because
No,
she's Shalon's mom. That's all I got.
I
I don't
hate
know
you
anything else.
guys. I hate you guys. Full disclosure,
Yo, what?
it better not happen. No, no, no. I believe in Calm, Kaladin, and Talon.
Yo,
Huh?
that was Shalon. I mean, wait, Shalon, Shalosh and Ton, Shalon.
What?
Yeah.
Edolan,
Dude.
Edolan, Adolin, and Talon.
Okay, okay, but actually though, Shalosh said that Ton was her brother, like they were brother and sister basically. So it's
Mhm.
incest.
Okay. You had to mention that it's okay.
Why
Yeah,
do I do
sure.
this? Block that reference. Block that reference.
Yeah.
Yo.
Is that spoilers?
Mhm. Nah, it's literally like one of his first lines in the book, in the first book. After that, like, after in Stormlight 10, how do you think like the book,
We're
like
so
everything?
off topic.
Yeah.
No, up until like characters, we were like it was smooth sailing. After we finished characters, everything just went off the
Yeah.
rails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like honestly, it's hard to
Mm.
predict what's gonna happen next because you know he's gonna pull something out and no one predicted and is shoving in our faces because we had no idea it was coming. But then it happened anyway because
Really?
that's just
I don't know if
that's just that's the Sanderson style because like no, I remember people were like, no, the Gavinar champion isn't gonna work because like it doesn't make sense because putting Dalinar in that kind of moral dilemma, it's obvious that what the answer is, just kill the kid. But no, the answer was not
wait,
doing shit, just renouncing the
wait.
odds. No one considered
But
that.
people guessing that means that it was guessed. So you can guess what Sanderson's gonna do,
No,
right?
no, but what Dalinar did, no one guessed. Everyone
No,
knew
but
about the
you
Gavinar.
could kind of guess that. You could have kind of guessed that because you knew that people could have guessed that the ending would have turned out bad. It would
See,
have been
but
a
no
bad
one did.
ending. But then
No
people could
one
have
did.
guessed what the ending.
But
No,
no one
what
did.
we guessed that it
That's
was.
the
We
point.
guessed that the ending was gonna turn bad. We guessed
No,
that the
no,
ending
no.
was gonna turn bad.
But
That would have
after
been so
that,
good.
who else?
Oh yeah, the Ghost Bloods were torturing Vasher, right?
Yeah, but now he's free because of
Why, why,
Lift.
why were why were they torturing him?
I guess they were trying to extort information. I don't remember exactly.
Oh no, it was
Yo,
for the
got it.
breath.
Oh, don't worry, there's some
What?
time.
What?
Yo,
You
that
might
one
have
chapter
informed me
was
correctly.
crazy.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
read it though.
Vasher. I'm very interested to see what happens with Vasher because
Yeah,
he is becoming so much of a Cosmere important character.
yeah. Like I
Yeah,
didn't expect it from that much from like from the guy from Warbreaker. You know, like Warbreaker doesn't have that much importance in the Cosmere. I thought, but then it's like so much more. That's probably why
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
no,
beyond.
like Warbreaker, because of Stormlight, Warbreaker is probably just like the single most referenced thing in the whole Cosmere now.
That's probably why it's
Yo,
on Brandon Sanderson's website.
Yeah, it's just like okay, read this so that you can actually understand what's going on, buddy. But okay. Other than that,
hmm,
it's like okay. So I think that's about it for Cosmere stuff. Like we'll
Yeah.
probably
yeah,
remember more later, but like that's all I can think of right now. So let's move on to our final verdict. So now here's the timestamp. Hi everyone who was gone. Now this is what the timestamp that you were supposed to go to. Hello.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. So now we're
A
just
lot
gonna
of things I
give
say.
our
I
we're gonna be giving our final verdict
got
on this
Albert
book.
Einstein here.
So yeah,
Yeah,
Rishikesh, what is your rating and final verdict on Wind and Truth by Sander Branderson?
it was close to perfect, or the closest book I've read to perfection, and so far it's
Okay,
100
wait.
out of 100.
Oh,
Yo.
really? That's high.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
high.
yeah.
Okay.
Like,
For me, okay, I'm a
it's
bit of
hard
a
to find.
revision.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Continue.
No, no, it's fine, sir.
No, no, it's like I thought you didn't like the ending, which I don't understand. Why don't you like the ending, by the way?
Okay, it's not that I don't hate it, but it's like it didn't feel like a conclusion. I don't know what I was expecting, but
It's not supposed to be. That's the whole thing.
yeah. So no, I read the book fully expecting a conclusion. It's like, oh yeah, all the plot points are done. Odium gets beaten, and that's what I was expecting. But like, I don't know. I don't hate it, but like, it sets the stage, so I'm fine with it.
I'm
Yeah.
very happy with the
And
ending. So yeah, okay. Now I've done a bit of
yeah,
a revision on all of my uh Stormlight ratings. Way of Kings is a 97.5, my highest rated book of all time. Words of Radiance is a 94. Edge Dancer is an 80. Oathbringer is a 95. Dawnshard is an 82. Rhythm of War is a 94.5. And finally, Wind and Truth is a 95.5. Yeah,
she.
I think I'm happy
Yeah.
with
Wait, I'll keep mine as like 5 points below whatever I kept Oathbringer. No, 5 points above whatever I
Five.
kept Oathbringer. Oathbringer, that's it.
5 points
I don't
above
know.
what you gave Oathbringer.
Yeah, I don't know what I kept for Oathbringer and all, so I'll just go with that because
Okay,
I want
okay,
them
no,
to
just
match what I kept for
okay.
Oath.
So let's just do a ranking of the whole series now. I'll go from
Yeah.
top to bottom. Number one,
You already said
way.
yours.
No, I didn't give the ranking.
Okay, sure, yeah, fine.
Okay, number one, Way of Kings.
Wait,
Obviously, favorite book
wait,
of all time.
should we count novellas? Should we count novellas?
I haven't read Downshard.
They will both be at the bottom, and Rishikesh
Okay,
hasn't
so
read
don't,
Dawn
yeah,
Chart, so I'll say no.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Number one, Way of Kings. Number two, Wind and Truth. Subject to change. That is the most subject to change. It might be recency bias, but I genuinely believe it is just a really good book. Uh, number three, that is Oathbringer. It's only zero point 0.5 below Wind and Truth, so it's really close. What's happening in the chat? Uh, then number four will be Rhythm of War, and finally
Yeah.
number four is Rhythm of War. Number five is Words of Radiance. I really love Words of Radiance. It's just happens to be my least favorite, but even though I still really love the book. Ishan,
Okay.
what's your ranking of the series?
Okay, fine. Number one, Way of Kings, easily.
Hell yeah,
Really good
hell yeah.
introduction, really good ending. Probably like the
She's so
third
tender.
Renaissance period, so like yeah, pretty good. Number
What's
two,
your wait? What's your number one, number two Sanderson favorites?
no, I said the third book I read, not like the third best.
Okay, okay, okay. I think
Number
it's just the
two,
best.
yeah. Number two is I think it's Knights of Wind and Truth. Actually, it's like yeah,
Ooh,
no,
it's so good. You
yeah,
had to add in the Knights of.
yeah. And then number three is Rhythm of War, which is I just like the ending, and also it felt well, alright paced, not badly paced, like one of the later books. Number four is Oathbringer because it had a good ending, and then number five, and that's all. And then number five is Words of Radiance.
I think Words of Radiance was really well paced, so I disagree with you. I think the middle part is one of the best middle parts that Sanderson's ever written.
I don't know, man. Calvin
Hmm.
just keep jumping around for like half the time felt kind of awkward.
I like that. That makes me happy because
We
Kaladin
like
makes me
Calvin
happy.
in a cast.
What's your ranking, Rishikesh?
Okay, okay. Um, and now that you mention it, I'm not sure if Wind and Truth is my favorite. Hmm.
Oh, okay, fair. It's my second, but I loved. Is Oathbringer
Okay,
still
I
your
think
favorite?
yeah, I think Oathbringer is still my favorite because like I like good endings to a story, and
I loved Wind and Truth's ending. So just
Wind and Truth
he's
ending was
gone.
just kind of okay,
I
bye.
think
And
no, 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 don't go. Okay, wait. I think Wind and Truth, the ending, you like it more on a reread because now you know what to expect.
yeah, probably, but like still, it's Oathbringer, Wind and Truth, Rhythm of War, Way of Kings, Words of Radiance.
Whoa, Way of Kings second last.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay, so
so
do you
here's the
have
thing.
some weird things?
I I don't think you can rank all the Stormlight books on like a set basis, because all the Stormlight books
Mm.
have like different like character perspectives, right? Like
Yeah,
Rhythm of
true.
War was more like scientific, Way of Kings was more like
Yeah,
emotional, I
emotional.
guess.
And also
Yeah.
the book was all in 10 days too.
Yeah, yeah. And then the last book was on 10 days, so not much like character development
Yeah.
except like Zeth, but like,
One
and
yeah, there was a lot. There was some character development. I mean, Zed had the most. Zed and Dalinar had specifically character development.
yeah,
Kaladin,
yeah.
while like his overall arc didn't progress, he did get better as a therapist. So that's
He accepted his character, I guess.
okay. See, I think
And
um,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
like I
continue.
don't think you can really classify Stormlight books like that. Like it depends on personal preferences overall. So
Yeah, true.
One thing I like about Stormlight is like there is no set. Like no book is like universally hated by the fandom. Like in Wheel of
yeah, yeah,
Time,
yeah.
you go there, it's like oh everyone hates
Four.
Crossroads of Twilight,
I don't think people's
Yeah,
opinion on
and
book 4 is that good though.
like huh.
I don't think people like book 4 of Stormlight that much though.
But like no, actually no. There's a lot of people recently who have been saying it's their favorite,
Oh, cool.
oh,
which is
you,
like
Oh.
fair because I think like Stormlight is a very character focused series. So
No, also, I
people's
mean,
favorites people's favorites tends to be like which character it focuses on,
yeah.
like which like the book. If like their favorite book is usually the one that focuses on their favorite character. Me and Ishan, our favorite is Kaladin. I think
Yes.
Kaladin just resonates with me the most, and that is why
But
Way of
it
Kings is
resonates.
our favorite. Huh?
Yeah. I just like
And I
Cal.
think
I don't resonate with him. It's, but yeah, he's just cool. Also, another
Kaladin,
thing.
yeah,
Like
and
also, I guess like from going straight after book 3 to book 4, after the wait, it'll feel like not much is happening. But then after like you see like how much progression is happening throughout the book. After you've like gotten over it not being as fast as Oathbringer, it like feels much better, because Oathbringer is
yeah,
paced
yeah.
like there's like a lot more
non-stop.
action in Oathbringer. And then going straight from that to Rhythm of War is a bit jarring, especially after like a 4 year wait between the books. So it makes sense that people
Oh,
didn't like it that much at the beginning.
yeah,
Another
yeah. That's
another
fine.
thing is that a lot of people specifically didn't like Rhythm of War because of the what do you call it, uh, flashback
Venli.
character. Exactly, yeah.
Then
And a
yeah,
lot of people also like people didn't really appreciate it for the character growth, and a lot of the criticisms were kind of like the depression stuff is going on too long or something. It's like oh, Kaladin should just get over it. I don't like those people. It's just like
no, he
I
did get
feel
over it.
like he did, but like he should just get over it like that quickly. And it's like because like that would have been unnatural. Because the thing with Rhythm of War, people Sanderson before he wrote that book did just like an absolute deep dive into depression, and he got it so right that it actually reading Kaladin's depression scenes in that book actually made some people more depressed.
Whoa,
Yo,
So
what?
opposite
and
of Terry
honestly,
Pratchett.
and like honestly, and like that's what makes the ending of Rhythm of War so much more impactful, because I love the ending of Rhythm of War. I love everything about Rhythm of War because I think for the character work, it is a really good book other than Chalan. Because in the end, that's what I go into
Dalinar.
Starlight for. All the
Yo,
character
Dalinar.
stuff.
What character was there for Dalinar or Adolin or Yasmin?
Dalinar doesn't even have a major book. I mean, no, like the two
Wow.
major characters, the two really major characters in that book, who are Kaladin and Navani. Let's be honest, have like really good character work done to them in that book.
Fair, fair.
What about my favorite character, Moash? What about his character arc in that book?
Oh man, see, he
Okay.
went from being the absolute worst, the piece of shit that he is, to being the absolute worst, the piece of shit that he is, but he can't see anymore. That's his character, right?
Yo, Moash is like the Rachel of was it
Yeah,
Stormlight?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly, exactly.
Rachel.
Dude.
Tower of God.
Okay.
But I hate Rachel more though,
Exactly, yes.
because like
Because
Moash is like useful.
Rachel is just like there, bro. She's just annoying and doesn't do
Yeah,
anything. And Vines also. Yeah, it's
yeah,
and then win and shoot, I think a lot of the criticism, it's fair with like the pro stuff. Pro stuff that doesn't bother me as much. I don't go into Sanderson for the pros. I don't think any of us do at all.
yeah.
That is not. I don't think if you're coming into Sanderson for the pros, you're here with the wrong author.
or maybe you just really like Wheel of Time.
Unless you just really like Wheel of Time has some great pros at a certain point. I think Wheel of Time pros is honestly on par with Sanderson. Hot take, whatever. I don't care. Uh,
No
Yo,
way. How could you say that?
no way he said that.
I don't know. I thought Wheel of Time had better pros, honestly.
I'm not a
Yeah,
very pros oriented person, so I'm not good at telling.
Same, yeah. Like,
I
Like,
prefer cons.
I think just personal opinion on that one for me.
Yeah,
why? Okay, and like the only book that I've been like actively blown away by the pros is just like this is how you lose the time more. Other than that, nothing has
Yes,
really like
actually,
got me
yes.
with pros. I think
Oh,
maybe
also,
Name of Dopamine might.
yes,
I
that
should
one
read
too.
Name of
Yes, I
Dopamine
was gonna
soon.
say that. I was
I
gonna say
should.
that one. That one also got me.
I because like so many people have just commented on that, and I feel at this point, if I'm just not just like blown away by every sentence, I'll be disappointed.
I mean, you're not gonna be blown away by every sentence, okay? You're not. I don't think I was, but like, it actually is. It, some of the words you read that, and you're like, "Yo, that was written well."
Okay, so
damn.
afterwards, I'm gonna be first reading Lies of Lamora.
Oh, really? Yeah. I'm gonna
Oh,
read Jingle. I'm gonna read
After
Jingle. I
that,
think
I'll after
after the
that
book.
I'll either start like Mistborn reread, or I will do no, after that I will start I will continue with First Law, Best Served Goal and all.
Oh.
oh.
Yeah. Oh,
Rishikesh,
by the
when are
way,
you gonna watch Orb? You should do it.
um,
by the
yeah,
way,
sometime.
like next Saturday or something, you want to do like a First Law?
Uh, I don't know. I need to check.
You want me to get
I'll
switch on
let you
you?
know.
One sec. And overall, I just think the book is like a really good conclusion of the entirety of Stormlight. I mean, arc one at least. It just what it's done is it's taken like the characters I was less interested in seeing more of in arc two and made me way more interested in seeing more of them. Like
True.
Janarin, like
Done.
Tal, Shalash, Lift. It's done a
Yeah.
really good job at that, and it's also made me feel really good about the arcs that have been going on throughout all of Stormlight Arc 1. So, with that, I think we should end it unless you guys want to say anything else.
No,
Good,
I'm done.
good book.
Very good book.
Yeah, good book.
It's all of our second favorites. That's crazy.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
so close.
And
Mm.
that brings us to the end of our win and shoot review. Okay, guys, by the way, don't leave yet because I need thumbnail shots. But yeah,
Okay,
we
okay.
will smell you later.
Pussy,